Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am very happy to announce that you are listening to the 100th episode of the Hardly Millennial podcast, where we are young, dumb, and full of
opinions.
Times 100, ladies and gentlemen. Times a fucking 100. Today, we have the OGs, me and Matthew, of course, and then
Hello.
we have kind of an OG, Kyle.
He's our biggest fan, folks.
Biggest fan, Kyle motherfucking Rose.
That's right. I decided to show up for number 100.
Number 100.
Thanks for being here, Kyle.
Of course.
man.
I would be more than happy to be part of, what did I call it earlier? The Ben Franklin of your podcast.
The Ben Franklin of our
Ben
podcast.
Franklin, yep.
It's going to be a fun one, guys. So, the last time we did a podcast, we kind of went over about everything that was on the table right now. So we're going to do that again because we have a lot of shit on our table right now.
A lot of shit.
So each of us have a beer. Kyle and I are both, Kyle has a vodka and Coke. I just have a vodka on the rocks. And then we have a pizza sitting on my bed.
Hell yeah.
And then I have a piece of pizza sitting next to me, which I am eating gracefully.
And yes, we decided to go with Barrows. And Barrows, if you're listening, feel free to sponsor.
Not currently
Please.
sponsored.
Not currently sponsored, but still,
This is
still
for free, Bar.
advocating
The first
for
one's
them.
free.
Fucking sponsor us, Barrows. I love
Yeah,
your pizza.
come on.
Yeah,
what
it's
the hell? We love you.
Needless to say, we're here for a while, boys.
We are here for a while, boys.
Wow.
I'm excited.
I'm pretty damn excited right
What
now.
are you doing?
I was
What was
just,
that?
Whoa.
Why did you do that?
I was just making the laptop dark, so we weren't.
I was watching our wavelengths.
Our
getting
wavelengths
We
are
have
perfect.
the top
Crazy.
technology, guys. We
That's
can
true.
see pretty much everything on the computer. It's amazing.
Oh, this is gonna be fun to listen back to because you're just gonna get to listen to like. I know you can't drink a lot, Matthew, but you're gonna listen to Kyle and I get like just steadily
The slow digression.
the slow digression to getting more and more
Into alcohol.
drunk.
Absolutely. It's going to happen.
So to get started with today, there was actually something that Kyle brought up to me when we were out getting alcohol. And I told him that I wanted to wait until the podcast to discuss this particular thing. And it's actually been a subject that you and I have discussed before on the podcast, Matthew. But so they just casted Ariel for the live action The Little Mermaid.
Yes,
I don't
they
know if
Who
did.
the fuck's Ariel?
So it is a...
Ariana Grande.
No,
Oh,
it
she
is
should've
a
been.
young black girl named... it's way too close to Halle Berry,
Berry.
but it's Halle Bailey.
Yeah, Halle
She's
Bailey.
like I think she's a Disney star or like a freeform star or something. Shit
Possibly,
like that.
yeah. I think they
Is
brought
she
her
still
on.
going to have red hair?
Ooh,
I just
don't
want to know. I just
don't
need to know
I
that.
don't know. Nothing's been announced except the
But
person
she
playing
is
her.
a singer, so that's kind of...
Yeah, she's like an actual singer. So I mean, there's that, I guess. But obviously, because Ariel's now going to be played by a black girl, there's been a lot of controversy brought up to it. So, I mean, how do you guys feel about that kind of stuff? Kyle's showing Matthew a picture of her.
Yep, there she is. How do you feel?
Yeah, how do you guys feel about that?
Listen, I'm going to first of all address the obvious elephant in the room. Okay,
Ooh.
that Ariel
Address it.
was white in the Disney movie
Yes.
depiction
Gas.
of her, right?
Gas.
Okay. Look, I'm fine with the Black Mermaid. I'm okay with it. Where I'm not going to be okay, what's really going to bother me, is if she doesn't have red hair.
Really?
That's
I've
what's
heard
gonna
that
It's
really
funny. That
bother
was
me the
when
most.
we talked about this before in regards to Spider-Man. That was literally your one qualm about there being like a black Mary Jane. Was you were like, I just want her to have fucking red hair.
You know, that's funny you say it because that is true.
Yeah.
I'm okay with different actors playing. Sorry, I have some food in my mouth. I hope you don't know it. But I'm fine with different
knew
like ethnicities of actors playing different characters, but you have to hold true to like the signature details of the character.
Absolutely.
Yes. Well, so I've thought about this a lot. I mean, they just announced it a couple days ago, but I haven't had time to think about it. And look, so I get both sides of the argument. So there's one argument that says, even past the point of like just keep to the source material, right? You know, the Disney Ariel cartoon was white, so keep her white, right? But there are other people who are going farther and saying like, well, it doesn't make sense because it's based off of a Danish story.
Right.
And obviously the Danish are white people, right? So I get that also. But to play devil's advocate to that argument, if you're going to use that argument of like, oh, well, like the Danish are white, it's a Danish fairy tale, First of all, if you've read or know anything about the original fairy tale, the Disney version is not that story.
This is
Okay?
very true.
It is much darker.
I do not believe
is-
any Disney animated film.
follows the original
No.
fairy tale. No, they're
Yeah.
always dark. They're very dark fairy tales.
Absolutely.
So there's the first thing with it. And second of all, if you want to make that argument, well then fine. Then make everybody speak the language too.
Right.
Have it be filmed there. Have Danish people playing the Danish characters.
Exactly.
Like where how far do you go? You know, like where do you draw
Well, yeah,
the
because
line?
isn't that also what should have been like? Do that with all the movies, right? Because then what? Tangled would be
in German.
Dude, it's literally like Ariel is iconic because of her red hair. That is
Yeah.
what
Yes.
makes her
So
iconic
that's-
more than anything else.
And that's the only
if you see
argument.
a girl in a wig that's a bright red wig, you're not gonna say, "Oh, she looks like Ronald McDonald." You're
Right.
gonna say, "Oh, she looks like Ariel."
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's like iconic, dude.
Well,
so
and the
that's
thing
the only
is-
thing. That's
And then
where I
she
think you
also
draw
has
the
to
line.
run a fork through that hair.
Yes, of course.
Well, I mean, sure. Why would you not?
Well, that's what she did in the cartoon.
Yeah.
But so now there's the argument from the other side, or I shouldn't say the argument, but the compliments that are getting from the other side is like, oh, you know, I'm so happy that there's going to be young black girls who are going to have this new like version of this Ariel fairy tale to look up to, whatever it is. Okay, fine, I get that also, but she's also the first. Excluding the movie Brave, okay, Brave's kind of in a different spectrum in this, but she's kind of the only like ginger Disney princess also, you know. So there were girls who grew up ginger, you know, white, freckly, green eyes with bright orange hair that had, you know, that Disney princess to look up to and things
Absolutely,
like that
sure.
that don't get that anymore. So it's like, I don't know. It's one of those, I don't really care anymore that they do this kind of stuff. But what bothers me the most...
Well, are they doing it solely because she's black? Or
So-
is it because she's a better actress than everyone else?
So that's literally going to be my next point. That's what I was going to bring up. So I don't know how the auditioning process happened, right?
Nope,
And
no idea.
I did actually try to look up to see like, oh, were there other actresses considered for the role and this one beat out all of them? If so, what
Or
were
did
the,
they just go and
yeah,
select
what were
her?
the ethnicities of the other actresses? You know,
Right.
that would have been my first question.
Makes sense.
So it's a point of like, if you just had open auditions and said every young girl of every race and color and size is free to audition, and we're going to choose the best Ariel, and if the best
Yeah, maybe she
person
blew it away,
yeah,
dude. If she's
and if
fucking
the,
awesome.
and
She's
if the-
singing.
exactly, and if the
Yeah.
best person to audition who like nailed the audition was this young black girl,
Give
this
her-
Halle
give her
I'm
the
Bailey.
totally
part.
cool with that. It's no
Yeah,
problem at all.
Exactly.
I have no
Zero
issue.
issue.
My problem is Disney is not known for doing that.
No.
Disney is known for adding diversity for the sake of adding diversity. So I guarantee they went into this saying like, we want a black girl to play Ariel this time around, and then that was their MO for the rest of it.
Right.
I don't think you should do that. I think you
I don't
should
think you
choose the
should
best
either.
person for the role.
I think that's
Yeah,
more
and-
demeaning to that race, to that minority,
Yes.
than just doing it the
'Cause
right
you're-
way.
you're
'Cause that's
basically
saying
pandering
you
to
would
them.
you would never be
Yeah.
able to make it other unless we just gave it to you. It's basically what you're saying. You
Absolutely.
would never get this role on your own, so you need to thank us for giving it. You know,
Yeah.
which is
Right.
bullshit.
And again,
if you
it-
really
it's-
want to raise people up and make them stronger, you know, show them that they can get those roles on their own.
Yes.
You know?
I mean, it's funny. I was just having a conversation with my dad about this on the 4th when I went over to his house. And I told him, I go, if I were to make a film, an original film, right? So it's not based off of any like comic book or anything.
Right.
What I would truly do is have, even if I had a way that the character looked in my head, I would still have open auditions. Let anybody, let's say I was looking for a 40-year-old man to play a certain role. I would let blacks, Asians, Mexicans, anybody who wanted to audition
And then
for
a
the role.
13-year-old girl nails the part.
You never know what can happen, man.
I mean, isn't
But, like,
that
I would
what like
let-
football teams do and shit when they want to
Yes.
win the game? When
Yes.
you want to have a good year, you audition, and whoever makes the tryouts,
Whoever does the
gets
best
it.
gets it.
It-
Exactly.
I don't think that they say, well, we need 6 black players and 4 white players and 2 Asians and
Yeah.
no. Some teams are
that's-
full of black guys. Some teams are full of white guys.
Yes.
It's whoever did better in that area that they're from.
And that's the issue issue that I have with it.
I'm not in school anymore, so I don't know if they've changed that, but that's how it was when I was going to school.
Well, that's how
I
it
mean,
is
even professional teams.
Oh, yeah,
That's
professionally.
That's what you do.
But I don't know.
You're not
going
to
to
give a multi-million-dollar contract to someone just because of
high
their
school teams
race.
either.
Yeah.
You know?
But like,
so why should you do that in the movies?
well, and that's just it. Those are the issues I have with it. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't know what happened either way. Maybe they did have open auditions, let anybody audition for the
I
role.
hope, because I'm going to go see it, so I hope it's really good.
Yeah,
So I hope this
exactly.
girl nailed it and just did awesome.
Well, and I'll go see it too. But I just hate the fact of being diverse for the sake of being diverse. Actually, you and I, Matt, were talking about this the other day where I was telling Matt how, and I think you've seen this show, Kyle, The Flash, the CW The Flash.
Oh, yeah.
So there's, as you know, the police chief on that show is gay, right? He's a gay guy.
Yeah.
You know? Now, I don't have any issues with the police chief being a gay guy. But the issue that I have is there would be these scenes where these characters are having these like conversations with each other, you know, like about the story or about the bad guy. And then I remember one specific scene, I could be remembering it wrong, but this is how I remember it, where the police chief like spilled something on his tie, right? Totally just out of the blue, just spilled like his coffee on his tie. And then he said the line, "Aw, my husband bought this for me." So it's like, okay, have him be gay, but you're literally poking and saying, look, we're progressive.
A gay guy.
We have a
included
gay guy
someone.
in here.
You have an entire part of a scene
It's
just
fine
to be dedicated to
Yes.
If his
forward that
husband
agenda.
needs to be
Yes.
part of the scene for something, if it's a work picnic or something, oh, this is my husband, whatever, great.
Yes.
But why bring something like that up when there's literally zero that it adds to the story? Or, I mean, it's just, I don't know.
But those are the issues I have when movies do that. And it sucks because people would sit there and argue to anybody who has complaints about it of, oh, well, you're just racist or you're not progressive or whatever it is. No, I want the best person who can play the role to play the role.
Yeah, and I don't want us to devolve into, oh, the reason we're doing this movie, this scene, this line or whatever is because we have to check a box.
Yes.
Isn't that essentially censorship? Or
It is.
Isn't, even if it's not the government doing it, there's an entity that's telling you what you can and can't show people.
Yes.
Which is censoring it, which we're supposed to be all against that and
Absolutely.
free and freedom of speech and
Yep.
shit. Isn't that that's our gig here?
Well, and I mean, the argument could be is that they're not truly censoring because they could be sitting there and going, you know, like, for example, they could always use the argument that whoever's directing this Little Mermaid remake, maybe in his mind, he always imagined this particular girl playing the Little Mermaid. Maybe
that would
that's
be
the
creepy.
Case. Maybe,
but
well, I mean, but it's not out of the ordinary for filmmakers to already have an actor in mind to play a role,
Right.
But it's still just the fact of like, I don't know, me as a filmmaker, if I were to make a movie, I say have everybody audition and you choose the best person to play the role.
I feel like every single director of every single movie that comes out for the last 10 years, even up till now, if there's a male role, they all have Leo in the back of their head. They're all like, he
always
could
have Leo.
play
Yeah.
this role and make it work, guys. I'm just saying.
I
Leo
don't
could
know.
Work.
I don't know. Hear me out. Matthew might be biased.
I'm not biased. He's just my favorite human being. I love him. There's nothing
Called
biased about that.
Matthew.
Just because I love him
Is
more than any
bias
other
the
human
word?
being doesn't mean I think he's the best.
But the conversation that I had with my dad in regards to like choosing actors and such is if I were making a movie, I would like, let's say I'm already a famous director, right? So there's already A-list actors who are interested in auditioning for the role of whatever
Right.
the movie is. So but I would still, as a director, want everybody to audition for it. Because when I did the movie, my short film Highway years ago, like that was a perfect example where like there were people who came to audition who were like pretty well known within the Arizona independent community, right?
Oh, cool.
So there were people who came to audition for it, but none of them, and I could have put them in the film. I could have still gotten a decent performance out of them, and I could have probably brought in more of an audience because they were in there and already had a fan base. But the idea was to let a lot of people, everybody, audition for the role, and I ended up choosing somebody who maybe wouldn't have been the best actor for a lot of these other roles that are out there that filmmakers are making, but he worked for the role that I needed him to play. Out of everybody who auditioned, he was the best one for that particular role. So I could have a film where I have 5 A-list actors auditioning for the role, but then if a nobody comes in and fucking kills it, I don't give a fuck the tickets that the A-list actors are going to sell, because I know in the long run, my film is going to do better having this person in here is going to kill the performance.
Come on, Adam. We all know the real reason is you just want to be able to say, I turned down Robert Downey Jr.
Fuck yeah, it is.
If I ever hear that you turn down Leo for any kind of appearance on Hardly Millennial, I swear at him.
He better
There will
do
be
damn
words.
well during his audition, Matthew.
Well, I'm sure he
That's
will.
all I'm saying.
It's a given.
We'll see
Do
just
you
how-
even does that man? Do you even do an audition anymore? I feel like he just says, "Hey, I want to do this." And like, okay.
So there was an actor, William H. Macy, who's part of, what's that show called?
That kind of sounds like a serial killer name.
It does kind of sound like it. But,
Gacy.
yeah. But he was like a B-list actor, and now he's like an A-list actor. But anyways, but he was an actor who got an Academy Award, didn't win an Academy Award, but he was nominated for an Academy Award, and he was on one of the night shows, right, like Jimmy Fallon or one of those. And he actually said, he goes, once you're nominated for an Academy Award, you never have to audition again in your life. You're just given roles.
Well,
They're
it
just
did
like, oh,
take
we want this guy
Leo
in there.
a
'Cause he was
historically
nominated.
long time to get one of those.
Well, there are always
But he was nominated
exceptions,
like
though.
crazy. I mean, it did,
Yeah, he was
He
all-
did.
Oh,
He
okay,
he did
got
have
it.
to grunt and groan his way to one, which is basically what The Revenant was.
Yeah.
They gave it to him for that.
They gave. I know. He should have gotten.
They
it
probably
for-
laughed when they did it. They're like, "Ha, Leo. Okay, we'll give it to you for this one."
It's like I get it, but it's like they really should have given it to him for like The Wolf of Wall Street,
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
because that was a really good
Honestly, a
film.
lot of the films he's been in, he should have gotten it for. But-
Honestly,
Revenant
I'm
was
surprised.
a good movie. I'm not dissing it. Just, I'm
No,
not saying it
I
wasn't
really
his
like The
best
Revenant.
movie.
Right, but it was definitely
He
the
should have got one for
movie.
Basketball Diaries way back in the day.
Yeah,
should
he
have never
really
even
into
been
that
an
movie.
issue.
I can't believe he didn't get one for Titanic. That was
Well,
like
you
the
want-
Well, no
no-
one can believe it, Kyle.
Well, the reason, but
'cause he shit on the Academy
Titanic
or
is
something.
actually the reason why he was never nominated for years after that.
Didn't
That
he
makes sense.
open his mouth or something? and
During
say
an
something? He
interview
said
for
something
the
stupid.
Titanic, yeah.
Yeah.
He was doing a promotional interview
Oh.
for the Titanic, and he said
So,
something bad about the
once
Academy.
again,
Something, opened
once
his
again,
mouth.
politics.
Politics.
But he's so fucking amazing that it was obvious, and people finally were like, "You better give him one, or we're gonna
Yeah.
be pissed." And they finally gave him one.
Well, and plus he's such
Took
a
him 10 years.
well, and plus, like, he's one of the most liberal people in Hollywood, and
Oh, yeah.
Hollywood
It's okay.
thrives off liberalism. So it's like, okay, well,
Yep.
we kind of have to. He's kind of the forerunner for climate change here. So
Well, not only that, but it's like, come on.
Good
when-
for him. At
when
least he
the-
doesn't rub it in your face in his movies, though.
That's
You
true.
you would never know
That
his
is true.
personal beliefs in his movies.
He is definitely an actor who I truly think just enjoys acting.
Oh, he
for
was
sure.
born to
which
act.
which
Yeah.
is great, but it is like, come on, when he won that award, it's like, who else was gonna get it that year? His
Who
comp-
else was nominated that year?
Dude, they did not have many other options. I know Bryan Cranston was nominated, but his film was like some film directed at the Academy.
Didn't like The Hateful Eight or one of those come out that same year?
No, dude, seriously, The Revenant was like the only one
the
you
only
probably knew. Like, seriously, all the other ones were probably smaller films that were directed right at
I-
being part of the Academy to get nominated.
I have actually not even watched an Academy Awards since I think this was, I want to say 2015 or 2016, since the year that there was the boycott against it because they said the Academy was whitewashing.
Oh, yeah.
I have not watched an Academy
That was a minute ago.
because after that happened, after there was that
Actually,
whole
I think that was like
debate-
3 years ago. Not a minute. Just
Okay, that was a hot second ago.
but like
again, not correct.
But like every single, but like after that happened, I was like, okay, the politics have gone over control, because there used to be a time where you watch the Academy and you're like, I truly want to see what the Academy thinks the best film
That was
is.
more towards the beginning of the whole SJW movement.
I think so,
big
yeah.
time, because I think it was back 2014, 2015, right before the
Okay.
elections.
So, you being so into the film industry, what is the rank of awards for films?
What do you mean?
Like
Isn't
so,
Oscar top daddy? That's the best thing.
Yeah,
Oscar's
honestly,
the
yeah.
best.
Oscar's
That's
top
the
daddy.
number
so
one.
then
for
what?
sure.
What's under like? Because I know there's got to be like 5 different damn award shows.
Yes and no. So during like award season, it's not that there's. And I might be the wrong person to ask about this because I've
Okay.
never been into watching the award shows aside from like the Academy Awards, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's like different things. So like the Emmys is for TV.
Oh, right. Okay. So no, I guess
Each of the award
not-
shows you're thinking of is for a different category.
right.
Yeah.
No, that does make
Now,
sense.
there
That-
are-
I was wrong.
Now
so
there are
as-
some tiers, like there are like the People Choice Awards that will vote for
Right.
like best movie, best actor.
Okay,
things
so
like that,
I
you
guess
know?
I
Yeah.
asked it wrong. As an actor, what is the tiers of what you would want to win?
Oh, as of all of them, you want an Academy Award.
Yeah, you want an
Yeah.
Academy Award. So
That's
like after
an Oscar, right?
Yeah, it's an Oscar. Yeah.
So after the Oscar, would like Emmy be the next line? Of like if you got an Emmy, that would still be pretty good because
Yeah,
you're a
so
TV actor.
Yes, so there's actually one thing that a lot of performers strive for is being an EGOTer. So an
Right,
EGOTer
yes, you get
is
all of
having an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony.
Now, what's a
Okay.
Grammy for?
Now,
What's
Grammy's
that
just
section?
music,
So Oscar is film,
Uh-huh.
Emmy is TV,
Uh-huh.
a Grammy is music, and a Tony is
Is Broadway.
musicals, Broadway. Yeah.
Broadway.
So if you have all 4 of those, you're the shit.
Yeah, and
You're
I think
fucking amazing.
and there's only a handful of EGOTers.
I don't think Leo's ever done Broadway.
No, I don't think so. But
He's
like
not a singer.
Whoopi Goldberg is
Not
an
a singer.
EGOTer. I think
Really?
Whoopi, you gotta love her.
I think-
Ghost, bro.
I think
Ghost.
Barbara Streisand is an EGOTer.
Really?
Yeah. So
what did she get a Grammy
Didn't she play
for?
Celine Dion? Didn't she do it?
Didn't she
wasn't there
play
a
Celine Dion?
Barbara does Celine or something. Wasn't that a thing?
Oh, I don't. Maybe it was.
I have
don't
no
know,
idea. I am totally over my
Maybe
head.
not.
Yeah. But there's only a handful of like EGOTers out there. But that's usually like what a lot of
So
performers.
no,
will
then
strive
I'm
for.
also kind of what was Whoopi Goldberg's Grammy? What did she get in music?
That's a good question, actually. Let me look it up because I know she got a Tony. I know because she had a one-woman show that killed it. It was
Really?
just her on
Really?
stage.
That fucking killed
Yeah,
it.
that fucking killed
That
it.
doesn't
You
surprise
go,
me.
bro.
I've watched it.
I enjoy
It was
Whoopi.
really
I
good.
enjoy her.
I do too.
Good for her.
I'm kind of sad that she's just been relegated to The View.
What was her TV thing?
I don't
well,
know.
she was in quite a few TV shows.
Was it the one where she was the tic-tac-toe one? Where that game show?
Oh God!
Remember back in the day?
No. I kind of hope
She was
it's
always
for-
the middle one.
Yeah, Hollywood Squares.
Yeah.
Okay, so her Oscar was Best Supporting Actress for Ghost.
Ghost. Yeah.
Her Grammy was for her. It says for her Oscar or for what was it for? For her 1986 Broadway show. Oh, so maybe she was in another Broadway
who
performance
knew?
where she actually sang.
Oh,
Good
okay.
for her.
Good
I had
for
no
her.
idea.
Yeah.
And then, sorry, it's like a whole paragraph thing. Her Emmys came for.
Come on, Star Trek.
Not Star
No,
Trek.
I doubt it.
She was in the Next
she
Generation.
won with an Oscar and Grammy under her belt. Whoopi got more into producing into the 90s. In 2002, her work bringing Thoroughly Modern Millie to Broadway earned her a Tony. Oh, so she actually did not get it for her one-man show. It was for her. Oh, for The View.
Oh, it's for the
Oh.
She
View.
got the Emmy for, yeah, because she's
Really?
on The
Emmy
View.
for
I
The
didn't
View.
think you could get one for a top.
Well, I
show.
think she started
guess
The
so.
View, though. And
No,
it's
yeah,
one
that
of the
sounds about right.
top-rated,
I just
like,
didn't think
yeah.
that was like acting. I thought that was like interviewing.
Well, it's
it's
just
still a
just
talk
best
show.
like TV show.
I bet Dr. Phil has
Yeah.
one.
Oh.
You know, Oprah's got like 7.
I think
Oh.
Jerry Springer has one too.
Oprah's
I
probably got a
imagine
room
Jerry
full of
Springer.
them.
Yeah, he was late 90s, early 2000.
So speaking of acting and all this, over this last week we watched a rather long miniseries. I'd say it was a medium series. It was called The Act. It was literally called The Act.
Oh yeah, we actually talked about it on a podcast once before we watched it.
So before we talk about it all, the girl who plays the main character in this fucking miniseries nailed it.
Joey King.
She
Shout out
was
to you, Joey King.
the shit. Girl, you did amazing.
Thank you for the donut on your 13th birthday too.
Oh yeah, Adam met her.
I met her once upon a
Adam
time
worked
ago.
with her on a set.
About to
and
say
she
that's
gave him
going
a
way
donut.
over my head.
Like I don't get the joke.
Yeah,
I'll
Adam's,
just sit
Adam's
here
a
in
little
silence.
famous.
Like the smallest bit famous.
Smallest
A
bit
little
famous.
bit. He's met a lot of famous
Seriously,
people.
seriously, to this day, one thing I'm most jealous of Adam for is meeting
Zach Braff.
Oh, yeah.
I'm kind of jealous because he actually did a scene with Mila Kunis on stage. And
Yeah, that's also
fucking
worth it.
And
incredible.
Zach Braff. I did one with Zach Braff too.
So yeah,
Mila Kunis,
also
come
really glad to hear Zach Braff is a good guy in person.
At
And he
least
wasn't
the
allowed to look
small
at her for the whole
interaction I
scene.
had with him. Yeah. Well, with who? Mila Kunis?
Yeah, wasn't your whole scene to look at a paper plate or something as it was flying around?
Okay, so that was a separate one. So there was another scene I did with Mila Kunis where like I wasn't even on camera, like no part of me was on camera, but I was like her eye line, right? So she needed somebody to
So it
look
was literally
at.
just stare at her.
Yeah, so it was
You're like,
it
okay,
was
I could do it.
So it was for the movie Oz the Great and Powerful where she played the Wicked Witch.
Yep.
And spoilers. She played the Wicked
Whoa.
Witch. And it was like when she was like angry, right? So she was like bitching at James Franco as Oz, but you know, James Franco didn't need to be on camera for it, so they brought me right next to the camera, so she was bitching at me. And it was actually kind of a fun moment because every single time after she was done doing her scene, her and I just both cracked up and laughed. Because it was just funny. She was just in this crazy makeup, and then she's like yelling at me, and I'm like, I'm doing my best to like act with her and act like worried or scared because I don't want to fuck up this A-lister's performance, obviously. But it's like, but we both know this was just fucking obnoxious.
Yeah,
so we
and
would just fucking laugh.
I think it's really interesting to like see the behind the scenes of like what's going on with that because it's still so funny that it's like even though we're way past that age anymore of quote unquote movie magic, it's like there's still so much hidden behind what goes into a movie.
Oh, dude,
I had no idea until we started like the hardly millennial stuff and like the little bit with cameras and
like
you know,
lighting,
sound and shit that we've done. I had no idea what goes into it. It's crazy.
No, I've watched Adam on
minutes literally
before.
take hours.
Yeah. Dude, like I mean, being on the set of Oz the Great and Powerful literally almost deterred me from doing film.
Oh, I can imagine.
Because I had such a, you know, I mean, there were fun moments, but overall I had such a poor experience on it.
Really left
know?
a bad taste in your
Well,
mouth.
it was just, it's the amount of arrogance that exists that I
say,
really
Franco was
got
so
to
nice
fold.
to you the whole time.
Well,
He made you feel so welcome.
He's such a great guy.
So no, the funny story about Oz the Great and Powerful as well. I went and saw it, I believe, with my wife, probably opening weekend or something, because it looked like an interesting enough movie to go see. And when it got to that part where James Franco does the smoke screen and he shows up as a giant face,
oh yeah,
I was just like, oh hey, it's like, dude, seriously, they are not kidding. You know, this is not a joke that Adam plays around with. He does look identical to James Franco.
He was literally his double in that.
Yeah,
I
movie.
know.
double,
I
yeah.
know. So I'm getting to that. So I remember after finishing that movie, I texted Adam. I was like, "Hey, Adam, I just saw you in Oz the Great and Powerful," and I think he just laughed. At that moment, I had no idea he was literally in that movie.
Oh, no kidding. No joke.
I literally had no idea.
You actually literally watched Adam in that movie.
Yeah, well,
The back
because
of him.
what you had an NDA, right?
Well, yeah. So when I first got the role, like I was so like I wanted to tell everybody that I was like his photo double, right? But they have you sign a disclosure agreement, saying that you can't fucking
talk
tell
about the movie or
anybody. You
nothing.
can't talk about the movie. So I was so I just had this like thought in my head that they fucking have my phone's bugged and they just fucking know everything, right? And so I was just so scared to tell anybody. I mean, the first people I told were like my mom and dad and my brother.
Yeah.
But like as far as like, I mean, even my cousin who lived in LA with me at the time, like I wouldn't even tell her at first.
Well,
so
yeah.
then it
Well,
just
isn't she like more into the industry, which is also
big
like
time,
another big
time,
reason
yeah.
not to like
Yeah,
spill
exactly.
the beans?
Adam's whole family is a little famous.
Yeah, just a little.
The
just a
children
little,
all
yeah.
did different famous things.
Yeah, my parents love to brag about us.
Yeah, I can
But-
imagine.
But I mean, like it was just one of those things where, and then like when it got to a point where I could tell people about it, I had just forgotten that I hadn't told people about it.
Right,
Like
yeah.
I'd already done it. It was already said and done.
You like nonchalantly try to bring it up at bars, like, "Hey, don't I look a lot like James Franco?" Like, just saying. If you walked
Okay.
in right now,
No,
you couldn't
there's
tell the difference.
stories.
could
Oh, you know what I
Like-
fucking hated?
But you couldn't actually say
No,
it.
no. Let me tell you what I hated. So my cousin's husband, Simon, would do this thing where we would be at bars, and look, I I am not the guy that just approaches girls. I don't go up to girls and ask for their numbers. I just don't do shit like that. As confident as I may seem, that's
Adam,
just not something I
no.
do, okay?
No, come on.
So it's like, shut up. So I would all of a sudden, we'd go to the bar, we'd get drinks, and we'd be walking back to like our, circle of people that we were at the bar with. And then Simon would like grab me and like put me in front of like these two beautiful women standing there and just go, "Hey, have you met my friend James Franco?" And walk away.
Yeah.
And I'd be like,
classic move.
and I'd be
I
like,
think that's
dude,
taken
I
right
have
from
no
How
fucking
I Met Your Mother.
clue.
You'd
It
be
was
like,
of
I'm
How I
not-
Met Your
I'm not
Mother
James
thing.
Franco, okay.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, I have no fucking clue what to do at this point. I have a hard time closing sales and shoes at my job, okay? Like, now you're asking me to like seal the deal with these two random hot people that you just put me. Fuck you, man. Like, I just like, okay, bye, and walk away. Like, glad we met. Glad we had this moment together. But like,
No, you're just the weird guy at the bar.
yeah, just the weird guy at the bar, exactly. But fuck. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it was a great experience. I'm glad I had the opportunity to do it. I obviously have stories from it that I
Right.
get to tell forever. But it just opened my eyes to the arrogance that exists in Hollywood, and
Absolutely.
it's just not something I want to be a part of. It just isn't. I just don't care for it. I don't care to like. You could tell the people it makes sense. These actors and celebrities who have these breakdowns.
Oh, yeah.
Because they literally do lose sight of who they are. You get this arrogance, and then you there's this. I mean, we've seen it, Matthew. Though, like when we're on camera, we're different people on camera. You're a different
Oh,
person.
yeah.
when
You
you're
definitely
trying
have a
to-
character.
So then all of a
and
sudden
there's just
people
like adrenaline and shit that goes off. You
but
just-
then people expect that from you all the time. So it made the breakdowns
Yeah.
make sense. But then when you see that arrogance like happen of like, well, I'm big and bad, it's really an insecurity thing is what it is.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's just not something I want to be a part of. And I didn't want to be a part of this like community where it's like, well, we're going to treat the bottom of the barrel like the bottom of the barrel. And we're
Which
going
is
to treat the
terrible.
actors like they're fucking gods. But
so,
they're not.
So
What's the
basically,
number? What's the number where you go, okay, I'll deal with it? How much per year? Everyone has a number, Adam. Don't be
everybody has a
ashamed.
number.
It's
Like-
okay.
Everybody
Like, what do
has
you
a
mean? Like
number.
being treated like shit? Like bottom of
Like
the
what?
barrel?
Like what you? Yeah. What's your number though? How much does it cost to sell your soul?
$5 million a year.
Ooh, okay.
$5 million a year.
That's
I'll
not even the
fucking-
most expensive person.
I'll be your bitch. I'll do your bitch work.
That's legit.
$5
That's
million a
legit.
year. Yeah.
Because
sure.
most people would say 1 million.
no. 5
You did
million,
times five.
$5 million a
They're
year. I'll do your
underselling
bitch work.
themselves.
Honestly, I don't think there's any job in the world ever thought of by a human being that you could turn down for $5 million a
No.
year.
Well,
At that point, you are obligated to be like, all right,
Well,
I'll do
but
it.
and here's the thing too, like when you're like a production assistant, right, which is the bottom of the barrel on a film set. When you are a production assistant, like you get paid well. Like you get paid
imagine.
better than any of the jobs that we have pay now.
Granted,
you know,
cost
but
of living is extraordinarily higher.
yes, true.
But still,
But you can make a
Still,
living.
you can make a
You
living.
can make a living.
Yes.
You know, so you do get paid well, but it's just being treated like shit, being treated like you are the bottom, having to deal with these people who think they're fucking gods. No.
Kyle, what's your
Sorry.
number? What's your number to sell your soul?
Number to sell my soul?
Like, not literally, but just to know that you're going to be miserable every single day at work for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. What's your number?
You got this, man.
Yeah,
I
I
believe in
mean,
you.
I would probably go pretty close, but just to one up Adam, 8 million.
Ridiculous. We're all going to be in the millions.
Well, what's your
Okay.
number?
Like, realistically?
Yeah, realistically, what's your number?
Realistically. In the economy I live in here in Arizona, 220,000 a year. 220,000.
Really?
I'll do whatever you want.
Really?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah, that's realistic. It's really nobody's gonna pay $8 million for shit. 220,000.
No, nobody's gonna pay you that much. But then
Because I was thinking
that is
200,
also the
and then I
point.
said, "Nah, give yourself 10% more. Go on vacation each year."
Go on.
So 220.
But no, I think that becomes a big point. Is I'm already happy with what I'm doing, and my job has the potential to get me to 220,000 a year.
Well, then you got it made, bro. You're doing
Exactly.
good. You're doing good.
That's why I go 8 million.
But you also got to work your ass off for it.
I do have to work my ass off. It's no joke. Ooh, Adam.
Oh, there's pizza.
I was
I
getting
told you
more
guys it was
pizza, guys.
fucking good too. I had
It
to
is.
sell the group on this pizza, guys.
Sell the group. I
There's a
advocated
council.
I advocated on
Well,
your side.
okay, I had to sell Adam on
You
it.
had to sell Adam.
Hey, pizza is pizza to me.
So look, it's the ham. It comes down to the ham, guys.
The ham
Most
is
places,
pretty
when you order
spectacular.
ham, it's really just a different colored pepperoni.
Right.
It's round. It's just a pepperoni. Here, at this place we went to, which I'm not going to name again because we're not sponsored,
Sponsor us.
they actually take like a fucking bone of ham and they slice that bitch. And then they put those slices on your pizza. It's amazing.
It is really good pizza. That is for sure. But no man. So going back to the film thing, are you guys excited for Quentin Tarantino's 9th fucking
Of course I
film?
You already know why I'm excited.
So
Is that
excited
the
for
Bundy
it.
one?
The what?
Ted Bundy one?
No. That's a Netflix film. It's not
No, he's doing something. Isn't that the Hollywood?
Charles Manson. You're thinking of Charles Manson. It's a Charles Manson
It's a
one.
Manson
Once Upon a Time in
movie.
Hollywood is
Yeah.
what it's called.
Yeah, no,
That's-
the Bundy
that's the-
the Bundy one was
That's
the
the one
Netflix
that we're talking about, right?
That's the one we're
Yeah,
talking
Charles-
about. Yeah.
Yeah, Manson's.
Yeah.
Oh, I am excited to see it. It's
Who
like
plays in
Louis
it,
Manson.
Adam? Who are the main characters?
Leo and Brad Pitt.
Leo and Brad Pitt, baby. That's right.
No, because
I'm excited.
the Bundy one is the one with Efron, right?
Yeah.
That would probably be pretty solid too, honestly.
Yeah, honestly.
You know, Efron has surprised me a couple times.
I do like
he
him.
seems like a joke and all that, and I understand why people would say. But
I mean,
truly
he
in
was
the
good in High School
performances that I've
Musical, but
seen-
he's gotten better.
he honestly is pretty solid. He's a pretty solid actor.
I don't
hate on him.
I liked him he was in The Greatest Showman, and I really liked him in that too. But I love musicals.
Don't get me started on musicals.
That's right. You've gotten into them recently. You were
I
never
have.
into them. Just in the past couple of years, you've actually really gotten into them.
Yeah, well, I mean, musicals have kind of been a decent thing for me. It's just like it kind of just flip flopped.
You never
as
like
I grew
appreciated
up, but
it, I
never
think is what it is.
truly appreciated them until like probably since Hamilton got as big as it did.
Right.
And I think like Hamilton really started my kick. I was like, oh no, I gotta watch all these other ones because it's like that was so good. But it's like I think like I was even pretty musical inclined back when you first showed me Repo.
Yes. Well,
Those are the ones I like.
It was funny.
What's that genre called?
That's
like
rock
the
opera.
cult, like rock. Well, that's
Yeah, the
that's
rock
kind of
opera,
opera
the
it
whole-
was, but like they're like cult films though.
Yeah.
they're
cult
just like more
films.
cult
All,
films.
they're always
Yeah.
like darker. And
Yeah.
So those are the ones I really enjoy when it comes to music.
And I really enjoy those too. It actually wasn't until I met Justin where I started to like appreciate the like modern day Broadway kind of stuff. So that was when I started to appreciate like Into the Woods and Phantom of the Opera and some of these other like more obscure type
and
of
that's
plays.
kind of Phantom of the Opera is no way obscure when it comes
well,
to
true,
musicals.
yeah. But I just like
I'm not
obscure
s-
to me.
I wouldn't
though.
say I'm
Right.
super into
Yeah.
those.
No, I
Yeah,
I like
a lot-
Grease. I like Grease,
Grease
as a
is good.
musical.
That's
That's a really good one.
So I actually found out. For years, I thought Grease was like a Broadway show that they made into a movie.
I think it's the other
It's
way
the
around.
other way around.
Yeah,
it
the
was a
came
movie
first,
that
and then they
turned
turned
to a
it.
Broadway
Yeah,
show.
yeah,
I
yeah.
had
To a
no
Broadway.
clue.
Well, because
for
Yeah, that
years.
does
the
sound about
movie
right.
is so musical in itself that it seems
Right.
like it would have come from that. But no, the
Right.
actual Broadway is really good. I like
so
it.
then I'm trying to think too, because the other one Broadway show I still really, really want to go see is The Lion King.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they get the
yeah.
actual dude. They get
Yeah.
the guy who sings the beginning part. The Savenya.
Oh yeah. So actually, no.
That's the same dude, isn't it?
In the Broadway shows, it's a woman that sings it. Traditionally,
I
it's
thought
a
we've
woman.
literally watched clips of the dude doing it.
No. He's made a living now touring, doing
doing
that.
that.
song.
Oh, that
Well,
wasn't
he's
the actual
not- he's
Broadway.
not in the
That's just his
Broadway.
own show.
That was
Yeah.
the big viral video, right?
okay.
That was the big viral video where they were all on the airplane and they sang it for the entire airplane.
Yeah. So traditionally in the Broadway show, Rafiki is played by a woman, and
Okay.
Rafiki is the one who sings the Da Savenya at the beginning. But
Guys, it's called The Circle of Life. Come on. Jesus Christ. We don't have to sing it. We can just call it The Circle of Life.
how do you feel about the live action coming
Oh,
out?
I am so excited more than I
me
ever
too.
have been in
I'm
my
excited
life.
for all of these live actions.
No,
coming up,
because seriously,
dude.
I am
Lion
too.
King.
I
Lion
am
King
too.
is
Dumbo,
by
I'm really
far.
excited for Dumbo. Well, I wouldn't. I guess that's not
Well,
live
Dumbo
action.
already came out,
but
right?
it's,
Did it already come out?
I'm pretty sure Dumbo's already out.
if it did come out, it's new.
Yeah, no, it's
just
fairly
recently
new.
came out.
But see, like that's the thing. It's like I still
It's
need
not.
to go.
It's not
watch
live
them.
action though. It's just kind of like the new
Right.
Dumbo, right? It's not live action.
Well, no,
No,
it's live action.
Is it
live
Yeah,
action?
I mean,
it's CGI.
Dumbo's obviously CGI, but it's
Right,
real people,
but-
though.
oh, okay,
Yeah,
all
it's
right.
real
So
people.
so then
It's Tim
what
Burton.
side of
I'm
the
excited for
what
it.
side of the debate are you on for Lion King? Where
Is there a
if-
debate?
Yeah, live action versus animated.
Okay.
Because there's no actual human beings in it, so it's 100% CGI, which would make it technically animated.
Yeah. So, okay, so if we want to get technically, it's just a remake.
Yes.
Okay, it's not a live action remake, it's just a remake. Okay?
It's literally down to like the lines and everything are exactly the same, aren't they?
Well, and that's you. Disney does a good job, like keeping the original flow of the original, but adding like different spins and stuff on certain scenes.
Yeah, and I
stuff.
trust
Okay.
them, but also I would be happy if they just repeated line for line the entire movie.
Okay, so
Yeah, I'd
here's
be fine with it.
but here's my thoughts about it though. So the reason why I would call it a live action instead of just like a remake is because they're not taking. So if you look at the original cartoon version, right? Let's use Pumbaa. Pumbaa's a perfect example, right?
Right.
So Pumbaa is a warthog. If you look at the animated warthog Pumbaa, he does not look like a warthog. He looks like a red pig with tusk.
Yeah,
Okay.
he looks like a
So,
boar.
yeah. So now if you take the Jon Favreau version coming out, they went the extra lengths to make all the animals look
The actual
specifically
animals.
like the animals that they
Yes.
are based
It's a
off
more
of.
realistic
I am really
version.
So
excited about it.
because of that, I call it live action.
Okay,
Because
I
they
would
could
say- I would
because
see
they
that.
could have easily just made it cartoony but computer animated.
Right.
They
no,
didn't
I
do that
totally get it.
though.
So, what is your opinion then on the voices?
So honestly, I'm pretty solid with all the voices.
I'm pretty solid with it too.
Yeah.
But how do you feel with the fact of the original voice actors, some of them still being alive, being able to reprise their roles, not being able to reprise their roles?
Well, so I get. I'm not. Look, I probably would prefer that James Earl Jones did not reprise his role.
Really?
Because, well, the reason being is because all the other actors are still alive. Just why didn't they all fucking reprise
Why didn't they
their
just
roles?
all reprise? Yeah, I
You
get
know?
it. If you're gonna let one person reprise their role, let
Have 'em
everybody
all do
But then
it.
again, this also goes right back into the Disney thing because it's like, what is the cast heavily?
Okay, but that makes sense to me
Because it's in Africa.
because it's in Africa.
and
sure.
if you look at the Broadway musical,
it's all African.
it's all
yeah.
Africans.
Particularly if they're trying to make it more realistic.
Yeah.
Then obviously you're going to want the tones and the voice that come with people from
Right.
that area.
Yeah, absolutely.
However,
Right. But
it's
there
like,
are-
yes,
but there
it
are
is
other-
it is heavily African when it comes to the voice cast. But you still have like Seth Rogen. You still
Right,
have, a
but you
lot
know
of
who
white
I
actors, too.
honestly like. But if when you're doing a remake, like I feel like I just personally would have liked to see somebody else do their own version of Mufasa. For
Yeah,
example,
I wouldn't
right?
have done it. It's like you can still find somebody with a deep
You know who
voice.
I would have wanted as Mufasa in this remake? Denzel Washington.
That would be
I would have liked to
interesting.
see Denzel Washington try his hand at
D-Wash?
Mufasa. D-Wash?
Is that what
The
we're
good old
calling it now?
D-Wash? Yeah. Big old DW.
I'm
Okay,
a big
but see-
fan in all movies, all instances. Particularly, they do this a lot with superhero movies. But in all movies, I like when you keep the cast consistent. So I would have liked
true.
to see all the original people come back. But that's totally just a personal
Well,
preference
see,
of
but
myself.
I agree with you to that extent, though. If you're going to bring one back, I would have preferred you to bring everybody back that you
Absolutely, I can understand that.
it's
But then
flavor,
see,
though.
you know
It's
what I
personal
end up.
could. Because everybody is still alive. Everybody is still alive.
I feel like
yeah,
why
but
not bring them
some-
back?
some-
Except for Rafiki. The guy who did the voice
Yeah.
of Rafiki is dead.
Not only that, but then you also have the problem of the kid that did Simba isn't a kid anymore, which was
Okay,
what's his name?
I get
Jonathan
that.
Taylor Thomas.
Yes, from
but
Home
I
Improvement.
would
I
have
can
brought
understand.
back
Hey.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas to do the voice of adult
adult
Simba. I would have loved to see
Absolutely.
that.
That would have been
Yes.
fantastic. So no, my problem then becomes, okay, you're going to bring back James Earl Jones to do Mufasa and Lion King. Why the hell didn't Gilbert Gottfried come back to do Iago and Aladdin?
Oh, 100% he should have. That was
Absolutely.
That's what's so symbolic
That
about
is his
Iago.
iconic
So-
role.
People literally
Yeah.
hear Godfrey's voice and go, "Oh, it's Iago."
Yeah.
Okay,
like-
okay. So then that becomes another question too. For the live action,
That's also not his real voice, by the way.
For
So
the
did
live
you-
action Aladdin. For the live action
Did you
Aladdin.
see it?
No, I haven't yet.
Okay.
I've heard good things.
So
I
I
haven't
saw
seen
part
it
of
either.
it, but tell your story first.
So my question
Okay.
becomes, if Robin Williams was still alive, do you think they would have him reprise his role as
100%.
the genie?
I
No.
think so, 100%. Why no?
Because his face doesn't match the genie. His voice does, but his face doesn't.
Yeah, but I think that the voice is so iconic, and the way that he delivers lines is unlike anyone else. You almost couldn't not have him.
So the reason I say no
Okay.
is because the reason why they brought back James Earl Jones to do Mufasa, I think that was a Jon Favreau decision, the director
Probably.
of The Lion King.
right.
So if the director of Aladdin was not willing to bring back Gilbert Gottfried to do the voice of Iago,
Okay, true. I can see that
I
reasoning.
don't think he would have
I can
brought
see
back
the-
Robin Williams.
Personally,
Okay,
just
I
my
getcha.
own flavor, I would have liked to see both of them come back
Sure,
and do it.
sure,
as a
absolutely.
fan, I would have loved to see that.
Yeah,
See,
absolutely.
I-
But I'm also super cool with Will Smith. He delivers a
Okay,
great
so-
performance too.
well, let me
I don't
say
know if he
this.
did in this case. I haven't seen it.
So Justin and I, this is just a little story to understand why I only saw part of the movie, not all of it. So Justin and I went to go see a movie called Midsommar that came out. There's been a lot of trailers for it. It's just one of those disturbing
horror movie.
That's a stretch. It's a disturbing movie.
It's a disturbing movie,
Yeah.
okay.
Ah.
But anyways, but we went out to eat. There was a late showing of the movie, and when we got to the theater, we still had like an hour and a half. So we were like, all right, well, let's fucking just go like watch some other movies until
Like
our
any
movie
good American
starts.
does.
Yeah.
Of course.
So we saw the ending of Toy Story 4, and then
I heard Toy Story 4 was bomb.
I just saw the last 10 minutes.
I
of it.
refuse to see it,
Did you
but that's
cry?
a different story.
Because I feel like that's the
I
moment
did not
they
cry.
wait for.
I did not cry.
It's done now.
I
There's no
literally,
more.
I literally saw the climax that people
Would cry at?
would cry at, and it wasn't like Toy Story 3 was much more impactful. But that's another thing.
Toy Story is a different story.
Yeah.
Hey.
But so the next movie we went to walk into was the live action Aladdin was playing, right?
Right.
And we still had like 45 minutes before our movie started, so needless to say, I saw half the movie. Okay. So I got to see when Aladdin met Will Smith as the genie. I got to see Will Smith sing 2 songs.
Did it bring
perform.
you back to being a kid at all? Was
No,
it close?
I was not a fan.
Not even close?
I was not a fan.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
I'm
So-
surprised.
So here are 2 things. So one, let's start with Aladdin. I did not like. Now the person that they got to play Aladdin, I think, did a good job with what that director was trying to do with Aladdin.
Okay, so you
But-
definitely think it's the director,
Yes, 100%.
not the actor.
So Aladdin to me was always this smug street kid, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
They made him out like he was a fuck boy in this fucking movie.
okay.
Yeah. Okay. Like just this pretty boy, right? Jafar, not sinister at all.
Okay, so
At all.
We also have that issue with people talking about Scar for the live action Lion
See,
King.
I disagree.
You think Scar's going to deliver?
Yes,
From
100%.
the little tiny bits that I've seen, Scar looked pretty sinister.
I think
Well, he
Scar
looks
looked pretty
sinister,
gnarly.
No, no,
but I
okay.
think people were having
It
the
looked
same
a
thing.
lot darker
here's,
than the original.
Here's why, because I know the actor. So I can't pronounce the actor's name.
Isn't the
But-
actor the one that plays Black Panther
No.
in the Marvel movie?
No.
Is he in Lion King?
He's too busy
The Lion-
working out.
He
didn't
might
have
be,
time to
but
get
he's
to
not
set.
Scar.
Okay.
He's not Scar. So the guy who plays Scar is he's actually been in a lot of movies, but he always plays like a good guy in the movies that he's in, right? There was one movie, however, that I have seen him in where he played a bad guy, and he played the bad guy pretty damn well.
That's good to hear
And he
because in the
was-
trailer we ended up getting the same kind of treatment that we had for Jafar.
Yeah.
Which was, run, Simba, run and never come back.
No.
Where in the
So-
cartoon it's like, run, Simba, and never come
Right.
back.
So there
Right.
was a movie called Four Brothers with Mark Wahlberg
that
that
sounds
came
familiar.
out back in I think like 2008, right? And this guy, I think God, I can't pronounce his name, but he played a. Are you looking for your phone?
No.
Do you want me to
Looking
look
at
it
that
up?
pizza, aren't you?
Shut up, man.
Go for it, Kyle.
But anyways, but he played.
We'll get there.
But the film took place in Detroit, so he played like the leader of this gang,
Right.
So like totally dressed like the pimp, right? Like had the like fur coat type of thing on, treated his own people like dirt, and he played it fucking well.
Nice.
Like
He had it like pent up inside of him.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
it's kinda,
yes.
like so much so to where because this was one of his earlier roles, so much so that when I started seeing him in movies where he played a good guy, I was like, oh, this is weird.
You're like, nah.
Yeah,
I
was
know
like,
what
guy
you're
ain't
all
good.
about.
see him. So I think he's going to do a good job at Scar.
Okay.
But before we digress too much, going back to Aladdin.
Back to Aladdin.
So I saw Will Smith as the genie. So few problems I have with it.
Oh, here we go.
One, Will Smith cannot sing. He has no business
agree.
singing in the movie. Now, when you're doing, but what kills me is when you were, because Robin Williams can't sing either. So when you were doing the kind of music that they're doing for like that the genie sings in Aladdin,
He was goofy though. His delivery was still fun
that's
and
just
exciting.
It.
It was the
That
delivery.
is just it.
And the
You
little
do not-
snippets of the talking and like, we got the
Yes.
camels, Jim.
Okay.
And like the little things he would do.
So that's just it. So you did not need to have this like you did not need to have the genie sing. He just had to be obnoxious
You
with
never
how
had
he
a
was
friend
talking.
like me.
Yeah.
Yeah, just fun.
So, but they tried to make, or like there was the song where when the genie is introducing Aladdin as quote unquote the prince.
Yeah.
And like, so that one, it was really Will Smith, quote unquote, singing. I mean, you could
Come on,
just,
man.
you could hear the fucking auto tune, dude. It was bad.
The Prince Ali song.
yeah,
Oh.
exactly. And
But come on, man. He gets jiggy with it.
well, here's the problem
He
though.
can rap without cursing.
They took Will Smith
True.
and they tried to make, and they told him, play Robin Williams' genie.
Oh,
That's the issue.
They should have let him be his
So
own genie.
all
Yeah,
the
let him
He's
things
be his
goofy and
own.
cool on his own.
exactly. So all the things you're talking about, Matthew, in regards to like, you know, he would start doing the little like he would like all of a sudden appear as like an accountant to be like, oh, everybody's
Yeah.
going to, and he
Yeah,
would appear
his
over
little
here.
things.
So they
Yeah.
had that in the movie.
Oh, did they?
And they did that well. But the problem is the only reason why those little snippets existed in the cartoon was because Robin Williams was a fucking expert ad-libber.
He was
Oh,
so good
All
at
of
that.
it was fucking
He put that in.
ad-libbing.
Yes.
Can we
So
not?
that's the only. So
What-
when you
He
now
could have
tell
a
Will,
conversation with himself, and it sounded like three people were
yes.
talking.
So now all of a sudden you're taking Will Smith and you're saying, do that. Not only you're saying do that, but you're
No.
writing it in the script. Is that
That way.
No.
Ugh.
You should have
Yeah.
let Will Smith play the genie how Will Smith would have played the genie, and instead they took Will
I think
Smith
he still
and
would
they
have done a
said,
good genie if they let him.
I
do
think
that.
so too,
Don't-
but they did. They told
don't-
Will Smith be Robin Williams'
Don't
genie.
they have like a little nod to the Fresh Prince in there?
Well, I only saw 45 minutes of it,
Well,
so
I-
maybe they did, but
okay.
I didn't see it.
I figured that because Will Smith,
See,
they were going
but
to make a nod to French.
That's
the
why
Fresh
I'm
I,
Prince
saying
I
in
didn't
there.
see it if they
this
did.
this what you're saying right now is a perfect example of why I really enjoy as a fan seeing the original people come back in
Yes.
roles or keeping
Yes.
the original actors for sequels or because whether we like to admit it or not, all of us have a certain expectation that was created from the original thing that we saw.
Right.
It
Yes.
inspired us in a certain way. We liked it. And no matter how much you love new things or want to give things a chance, you expect a certain level of that in the new version.
But here's like where you and I differ on those regards, because when you like Spider-Man being a perfect example, that
oh
we've spoken
God,
about a
don't
lot,
get me started with
right?
Spider-Man.
But we've spoken about it a lot.
yes.
And the thing is, when all of a sudden, when you have the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans, the original ones that we like, and all of a sudden you come with the Tom Holland Spider-Mans, which is the new ones that Marvel has made. You know, obviously
right.
it's
Which
not.
granted, I don't think I've seen.
You haven't
so.
seen those ones yet. No,
You haven't seen any Tom Holland as Spider-Man?
not yet.
No.
Dude.
But
Adam is
He's-
trying to convince me to not give up on the Spider-Man universe.
But
No,
here's
seriously,
it's a
Tom
mess.
Holland is possibly the best Spider-Man.
That's
we've
what I've
had.
heard. That's what I've heard.
but here's the
And I'm
thing
so
though.
excited.
they all
excited
say
for-
that every
when
time.
they-
It's
but
the
here's
best
the
I'm
one.
so
thing.
excited for Far From Home because Far From Home is going to have Mysterio. And Mysterio
Yeah.
is my favorite Spider-Man villain.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll give
But-
it a
but
chance.
here's the
I don't
thing-
Big
know.
old fishbowl
I've been
head.
disappointed about
Yeah.
4 times now with Spider-Man.
Okay, but here's the
so-
thing. Here's where you
Jake
and I differ
Gyllenhaal.
though. When if they took when all of a sudden Tom Holland becomes Spider-Man, I go in there and I want to see a different Spider-Man played out in
Absolutely.
a different way. Now, what I do not like is what I just described with Will Smith. If I go to see a Tom Holland Spider-Man and they go, okay, Tom Holland, we want you to act like Tobey Maguire.
Okay, I can understand that.
Those are the issues I have.
Right.
And a lot of movies will do that.
So
I just don't like seeing even 2 versions, honestly. But with Spider-Man, for example, 4 different versions of the same
come on,
universe.
man. What about
It's
the
just,
Joker? How many versions is it going to be now with
That's
Joaquin
because they're not
Phoenix?
Batman movies, they're Joker movies. That's
They
the
are.
difference there.
yeah.
Batman is not the main character in
But
Batman.
still,
Joker is the main character
it absolutely
in Batman.
becomes that way, which I believe you are absolutely correct on that, because I was about to say, does Joker's representation make you happy then? Because they've never tried to copy a previous Joker.
If Heath was still
Yeah,
alive, I would say keep him forever.
I'm happy about
Probably.
I don't mind them constantly rebooting the Joker as long as the Jokers are constantly different. But the
We've
problem
had a
is,
different Joker every time.
yes, but the problem is you can only do it so much before
You've ruined the reputation.
before you ruin the reputation. Yes, and Spider-Man, I would
come on.
argue, is almost at that point.
Well, no. Come on. You can't tell me Batman wasn't completely ruined after Batman and Robin.
But
Batman and Robin ruined Batman's reputation until Nolan
Okay,
came in and took the wheel.
So I'm in the minority with that because I disagree with you. So, and the reason why I disagree with you is because as a kid, I loved
sure.
that movie.
No. I'm just talking about the
Now,
critical
if I saw that
acclaim
movie,
to it.
Well, but the thing is, to me, it doesn't matter because I was a child.
Yeah,
that movie
but not
was
to
for
you.
children.
But we're talking about what ruins a reputation. A mass populace looking down on something.
I don't think that it matters, though, with Batman. I really don't. Because, like, The Dark Knight, okay, just for an example, I personally thought it was a really awesome Batman movie. I really liked it, okay? Because the Joker was great, in my opinion.
Yes.
However, I think it was one of the worst portrayals of Batman in amongst all the Batman movies. I think it was totally over the top and overdone.
Yeah, I can understand.
However,
Christian Bale
I
was
still
probably...
enjoy
So
The
you
Dark
have-
Knight
you have that
as one of
problem.
the best Batman movies.
You have that problem
Okay.
where
Even though
where
Batman
you,
sucked
where you
in
have
it.
that because it's like they say the same thing about Spider-Man, where you have so going back to Batman, Bale was a great Bruce Wayne, but a terrible Batman.
right.
I'll agree, actually, with that. I will agree
Yes,
with that.
because that's what they were basically saying about Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire was a fantastic Peter Parker, terrible
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Andrew
I would
Garfield,
agree with that.
Andrew Garfield, terrible Peter Parker,
Great
Good Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
I would totally agree with that.
So that's
Kyle,
why I
yes.
think you would like
I
Tom
agree.
Holland
Because he's
because
best
He
of
gets
both
it both.
worlds.
he does both.
Because he's
my
a
least
great
favorite
Peter
one. What was
Parker.
the one where they tried to make Peter Parker be like a scene kid?
Oh, that was Tobey
Spider-Man
Maguire.
3.
That was
That
Spider-Man
was
3.
the worst fucking Spider-Man.
Yeah,
All
everybody
of them.
agrees
Okay,
that was the
okay.
worst
That was
Spider-Man.
horrible.
So you haven't seen Tom Holland as Spider-Man. Have you
The
ever-
last one I saw was when they took Mary Jane out of it. She's someone else. She was someone else now. She was a
no.
blonde chick.
Yeah, that was Gwen Stacy, and that was his original girlfriend before he killed her.
Hated that movie. Hated it.
Yeah, that
Don't
was
take
the
Mary
amazing-
Jane out of the fucking Spider-Man movie.
Well,
okay?
I mean,
what the
it's
fuck are you
supposed to be
thinking?
like that.
I get it.
It starts
I
with
get
Gwen
it, Kyle,
Stacy. He
but
kills
she's
her,
not
and then
the
he
iconic
moves
one.
on to Mary Jane.
I understand, and if we had a successful Spider-Man universe with 2 or 3 movies already, then let's get some backstory.
Sure.
But no, if you're
Okay.
going to try to introduce a Spider-Man universe, let's get the iconic people first.
Yeah, I agree.
You
I agree,
know.
but they had already done that with Tobey Maguire. So they wanted to start from a different side of the story.
I don't get why I just don't get. I'm
Okay.
obviously in the minority.
Okay,
but
no, that's fine.
just
So,
bothered me.
big Spider-Man fan, have you at least seen Into the Spider-Verse?
Adam, have I seen that one?
That's the comic book one. You haven't seen that
The
yet. That's the one
cartoon one.
that's the one they
Negative
just
five.
added on Netflix. I told you.
Oh,
you
we're
have
going to
to
watch that soon.
You
So I've heard
need
very good things
to.
about that one too.
It is so
Heard
good.
fantastic
It
things
is,
about
it
that
is
one.
a Spider-Man fan's dream.
Okay.
You'll like it.
So from what I'm hearing, the Spider-Verse has kind of brought itself back a little bit.
A little
Yes.
bit.
Spider-Man's coming back a little.
And on that point, going back to like what you said about Batman and the reputation being ruined, I would actually argue that Batman and Robin did ruin Batman's reputation, and that's why you never saw another Batman film.
Until
then
Nolan.
Christopher Nolan said, "Nah, guys, watch this."
But then again,
And brought it back.
I think
feel
people love Batman as a character.
Oh,
He's
people do,
super
absolutely.
symbolic.
It didn't
His
kill-
little bat symbols everywhere.
I don't think
not
the
only
movie
that,
killed the fans of
no,
Batman.
no,
It just
not at
killed
all.
the movie.
But see, that's
Okay,
the big thing.
yeah,
That's why
yeah.
Batman is so iconic and so loved, because people can humanize him.
Yeah, he's not really a superhero. He's just he's just
and
a guy.
they can
Yeah.
relate to him, which
Right.
is obviously why.
It's the exact reason why I personally don't like him, but
Right.
why most people do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that also becomes so it's like you have the two sides, which is why DC has it. It's like you have Batman to humanize so people can relate to him and relate to his struggles, and then you have Superman, which is everybody's fantasy. Nobody relates
Right.
to Superman. Everybody's just like, "Oh, but if I had everything
He's
in
just
the
the
world,
everything.
that's how I would do it."
See, that's what I like about Spider-Man so much. Why he's my favorite? Because like how Bruce Wayne is a part of Batman, the story, but it's really the minority part. Most of the time you're watching him as Batman.
Yeah.
Again, you are watching Spider-Man mostly as Spider-Man, but Peter Parker, that character, is an essential part to the whole story of Spider-Man.
And that's
so you
kind
get
of,
both feels.
That's kind of why Tom Holland was such a breath of fresh air, because one, we finally have a kid playing a kid.
We had a teenager playing
Thank
a teenager.
goodness.
Yes.
Thank goodness.
I was
yeah.
so tired of seeing 30-year-olds
Well,
trying to play a fucking high school
schooler.
student.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was so tired of that. So one, we have a kid. Two, they focus on the fact that, by the way, if you read this comics of Spider-Man, Peter Parker's kind of practically a genius.
Yeah.
He's super smart, but he's a total dork because of it.
He's
He's
totally
not
a
very
dork.
socially
They play
good.
off of that
Yes,
too.
he's very socially
Good.
anxious.
But when he
and
becomes
when he puts on the
Spider-Man, he becomes
starts
a little bit of a
quipping.
dick.
Yes, he
Yes.
starts quipping and starts
Okay, so
becoming a
they
dick.
do that in
I,
this.
Yes.
I truly think
Oh,
you would
I need
really
to watch
enjoy
this. I need to watch
this
this
Spider-Man.
one.
You know what? We'll if we have time tonight, let's
We
fucking
need to
rent it
rent
on
it.
YouTube.
We need
and just
to
fucking
watch
watch
it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Because
no, for sure.
This sounds like the Spider-Man I know and love.
Dude, literally, when I saw this movie, I saw the movie with Chris, right? And I'm not even a big fan of the Marvel movies, okay? And Chris and I
Still, you gotta be a fan
right,
of
right.
Spider-Man.
I'm a fan of Spider-Man.
need
So
another
Chris and I watched it. And really quick though, so Chris and I watched it, and literally right after the movie ended, I turned to Chris and I go, "Well, I guess third time was the charm."
Yep, third time was absolutely the charm.
Yeah.
Okay,
they
let's
did
just
well.
hope that I like it and they stick with this fucking universe and quit mixing it up.
Well,
I-
that's
If
kind
he
of the
nailed
plan.
it, then
It's-
keep the
it's
guy.
fucking Marvel.
Keep
I
it
think they
going.
will, yeah, because Marvel acquired it now.
Yep, Marvel
Yeah.
fully has it. And see, that's
Oh, and Marvel
so-
does good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
They're the
Marvel's-
ones who kick
They've been
ass
doing
at
good
superhero
for a
movies.
decade now.
Oh, they took over Spider-Man?
Yeah, that's Tom Holland Spider-Man. That's when Marvel acquired it from Fox.
No,
I'm
Sony-
excited, boys
Sony.
and
Oh, I'm
girls.
sorry, from Sony. Yeah,
I'm excited. I
Yeah.
feel like I'm going to like this one.
you'll like it.
Maybe I'll finally stop talking shit about Spider-Man movies. Because, one thing I'll say from the original Spider-Man is I think they did really good with the Green Goblin.
Yes,
I think the Green
Willem Dafoe
Goblin
playing
nailed
the
it.
Green Goblin.
I
Now,
really liked him. I think he did great.
I'll take another take on that because
I'll be right back.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
go get your
I'll
beer.
take another take on that because I, for one, kind of agree with some other people that Green Goblin was good, and having Willem Dafoe do Green Goblin was a fantastic choice. But why did you have him in a mask? Why did you have his face?
Well-
on it? He has the messed up face, and in the comics, there was never a mask. It was just he greened
but
up.
Sam Raimi, I think, was really just trying to put kind of, it's funny. A lot of people attribute Christopher Nolan, or credit Christopher Nolan, I should say, to putting the realistic spin on the the superhero kind of genre, but really Sam Raimi with the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Man is the one that
Absolutely.
did that, and I think that's why he was just trying to put a more realistic spin of like, oh, the Green Goblin's just this guy that went crazy,
Yeah.
and then he put on this mask and did whatever.
Yeah,
and,
instead of
became
going super
whatever.
over the top comic booky,
Which was dumb because then by the time it got to the third movie, they obviously threw all of that shit out the window
All of
and
it.
got
Did
super
Kyle not
comic
like
booky
the Green
with
Goblin?
it.
You didn't like it, Kyle?
Well, I liked him. I'm glad they got Willem Dafoe, but the fact was his Green Goblin doesn't wear a mask. Green Goblin is this
Just looks like a
screwed
Green
up
Goblin.
face, and they got Willem Dafoe. He has the messed up face. They could have gone with it.
I liked how they did it as a suit. I thought it was well done.
Well, I was just telling.
and they gave him the company and stuff behind. Like, they gave you the whole reasoning and everything.
Well, and I
No,
was
I
just
could
telling
see
Kyle
him.
before you walked in that like he was trying to go for this realistic effect, and I think that's why people got pissed off with the third Spider-Man movie because they threw all of that out the window and got super
Absolutely.
comic booky with it.
Also,
that was with Sandman and Venom.
Who
and
the hell
emo
picks
Peter
Topher
Parker.
Grace to
Oh
be
my
Eddie
gosh,
Brock
that
for
one was
Venom?
Yes, that was
Oh my
like Eddie Brock in the
God.
comics was this big fucking buff buff
No,
guy.
I heard Venom, just the standalone movie Venom, was pretty good, wasn't it?
I never saw it.
I never saw it
okay,
either.
Okay.
I was so given up
So-
on it.
Yeah.
It's back and forth. Okay, a lot of people trashed on it. I saw it. I enjoyed it because Venom, who is the title character, is fucking hilarious.
Oh, did they try to do like a Deadpool kind of spin on it? Like make him a funny bad guy like that?
Well, he is a pretty good funny bad guy, and he does quip. So the downside is, one, Tom Hardy is not a good Eddie Brock.
No.
No, it's probably one of the worst roles I've seen Tom Hardy in, which is sad because Tom Hardy's a decent actor.
Yeah.
But it's just like, as Eddie Brock, he did not do well as Eddie Brock.
That's unfortunate.
2, the Venom movie, completely separated from the Spider-Man universe.
Oh, yeah, I expect it. Yeah, I assumed that.
So you
It's
go
a
in there.
standalone.
So as long as you're going in there knowing that.
Yeah, I assume it's its own thing.
It's fine.
It was it better done than the Spider-Man movie rendition of Venom? Which one do you think was better?
I would say the
standalone
standalone
is
Venom
better.
is much better.
Okay.
And then probably the last thing is the villain suffers from what most superhero films are suffering from now. The villain is a total cutout copy of the hero, just the evil version of the hero.
Yeah, that was one thing because Venom. No, I never read the Spider-Man comics. I have knowledge of them, but I never read them. Right.
Right.
But Venom. They made Venom an anti-hero. He wasn't an anti-hero. He was just a fucking
he's a bad guy.
villain.
He's not.
Yeah.
There's nothing
Oh
hero
no,
about
he
Venom.
does turn into an anti-hero because he ends up helping Spider-Man in the comics. But
Isn't the only hero thing about him that inside he's
Eddie Brock.
he's the good guy
Uh,
inside?
not so much. It's basically he ends
The actual
up
thing's a
siding.
parasite.
He ends up siding a lot more with Spider-Man, but the one thing they can't agree
But that's
on.
only when Carnage comes into the mix. Right?
Well, no, but he still kind of helps out here and there. But it just becomes he's like, well, I'm fine killing people. Killing people's fun. I'll eat brains and stuff. That I think that's fun. And Spider-Man's like, no, Venom, that's really bad. And he's like, I don't care. I'm gonna eat brains.
Well, I'm gonna fucking do it anyway.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like that's what bothered me about it was just that they made Venom this like anti-hero and I'm like, no, just fucking make it a story about a villain. That's why I'm excited for the Joker movie because they're making a movie about a villain. You know,
And
don't
I'm
make I
excited.
swear to God, if I see the fucking Joker movie and they make him into some fucking anti-hero, I'm
Yeah,
walking
where
out.
he's
the Joker
he's
is
shooting
the
for a
epitome
righteous
of a
cause.
villain.
That's
The
what I'm
Joker is
saying.
literally a villain just to be one.
Yes.
He doesn't want anything.
So
Yeah,
I
just wants to do
better
that
not
shit.
see them turn Joker into Thanos. Like, oh well, Thanos had a
Okay,
point.
hold on. I haven't seen Endgame yet, so don't you dare fucking ruin
No,
anything
I'm not
for
gonna
me.
ruin Endgame.
Okay, just
I'm just saying.
make
From,
sure.
Kyle's like, whoa, don't tase me, bro.
yeah.
Jeez.
No, I'm
Didn't
just
mean to
saying.
throw shade at you, brah, but
Calm down. But no, I'm saying like from
That's just
Infinity
been ruined.
War.
How have you not been ruined on Facebook and stuff by now?
oh,
Yeah.
trust me, it has taken some effort.
Like,
I imagine.
do you have
But I
someone
am-
screen your texts and shit before you read
No,
them?
dude, literally any single because there's always a thumbnail.
I know what the fuck happens, and I
associated.
haven't watched any of them.
I don't want to know. I don't.
But no, I'm just saying.
Fucking scroll past fast.
No, from Infinity War.
Okay,
That's where people were saying it's like, well, Thanos has a point.
but that's how Thanos was in the comics, though. I thought.
Not so much. Thanos in the comics was, I'm just doing this because I want to impress Death because she's hot and I want to bang her.
Oh, did not know that.
Yeah.
The best reason to be a villain, quite
Of
frankly.
course.
He's
True.
just like,
It's
I'm
all
going
the
to kill a
woman's
bunch of people. I'm going to kill a bunch of people so the epitome of Death, the Grim Reaper, likes me and that she'll let me bang her.
Wasn't that the bad guy in Thor Ragnarok? Was Death?
Thor Ragnarok, that was their sister, Hell.
Hell.
Yeah.
Death.
Oh,
Nah, two separate things, brah.
Yeah, actually, no,
guess.
Oh,
Adam would,
excuse the hell out of
Adam
me.
would be right.
You are correct,
I'm
sir.
trying to process it.
I am.
Trying
I
to
fucking
process it with
apologize
alcohol.
profusely.
But Adam is right. In the comics, if it played out to the comics, Thanos would be wanting to bang Thor's sister.
I want to bang Thor's sister.
A lot of people would.
Come on. Shit. Look at that family.
But yeah, so no, that's absolutely why I agree with Adam. I hope they don't turn this Joaquin Phoenix Joker into, oh, well, you know what? He has a point. Maybe we should side with him. No, he is just evil.
He's just evil.
You shouldn't
Yeah.
want to side with him. He's
Do you
psychotic.
guys think
Yes.
that the whole superhero genre in general is burning itself out?
Well, I think Endgame should have been the end of superheroes. I think the way they...
Oh, no, they're going to continue.
Oh,
'Cause
no,
Spider-Man's
absolutely.
the front runner now.
Spider-Man's the front
Especially
runner.
if we're about to finally have a good Spider-Man universe.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
taken them
especially-
8
Well,
fucking years to figure it out.
So what happened was the Iron Man movies were like the beginning of
Those were okay.
this Thanos saga. You
I
know,
kind of enjoyed Iron Man. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, but
RDJ.
regardless whether you enjoyed
kinda
the
liked
movies
it.
or not, Tony Stark and Iron Man was like the forerunner of like this Thanos saga. All
Right.
the movies the past 10 years leading up to Thanos. So now that Endgame happened, Spider-Man is now taking over that role. So not only is Spider-Man's
Yeah,
going to be in there,
Spider-Man's basically
they're
the
going
new
to start
Tony
bringing
Stark.
in the X-Men into the universe.
So
I
that's-
love it.
And it's going to be a separate thing.
That's
now.
more of the childhood
it's a
stuff I
so
watched
it's
anyway.
a separate saga now.
Absolutely.
I
So
love
that's
it.
the big thing, because since Disney
It's gonna
acquired
be made
Fox,
for the '90s kids.
Yeah.
right? But since Disney acquired Fox's studio for movies, that means
Disney
X-Men.
took over Fox Studio.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
2 years.
Oh my
a year
god,
ago?
Disney's
Yeah,
gonna
a year ago.
literally rule the world.
They don't own all of it. They literally just own like half of Fox now.
Well, yeah, because they don't
acquire
own
certain parts.
They
of
don't.
Fox.
They don't own the TV
Okay,
side.
give it a few years.
They don't own the TV side, but they own the studio for movies.
Holy shit! Okay,
So
that's
yes,
insane.
so
Dude,
basically,
you know they
now,
own ESPN too, right?
Yeah, no,
I feel like I
it's-
did know
it's
that. I didn't know that
crazy.
they owned Fox Studio though. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
so it's crazy.
Wow.
So
All
now,
right.
now Marvel has X-Men back. Marvel has Fantastic Four back.
Oh, Fantastic Four sucked back in the day. I
Oh,
hope they
absolutely.
Even the
reboot that.
remake was
I hope they
sucked.
reboot it and they make
Fantastic
it good.
Four.
So now that
Because it's a
Fantastic.
fucking
yeah,
awesome
so, yeah.
story.
So now that Marvel owns all of it, that's going to be part
Marvel
of
will
this.
do it right.
That's going to be part of this new saga now.
Now, historically, was that the Marvel universe or was that the DC universe?
Marvel.
It was all Marvel.
It's all Marvel.
It's all Marvel.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
cool.
see-
So it's in the right hands.
Yeah.
DC's Superman, Aquaman, Wonder
Justice
Woman,
The shitty ones.
Justice League. How dare you?
The less cool ones.
There's the shade.
Fucking
There's the
dare.
shade.
The ones
Don't
that
you
people like
fucking
second best.
Dare.
Although,
Although I will say, the reason why I haven't liked the Marvel movies is because I was never into those Marvel superheroes, right? So I was never into Iron Man or Thor or any of the other ones that are out there, right? But just like you, the ones I am into are Spider-Man, X-Men.
Yep.
I like Fantastic Four.
I like them too.
So now that those ones are going to be part of this new like Marvel saga, I'm excited for
Now,
this one.
I'm hesitant bringing the X-Men back because when I was younger, well, when we were younger,
Uh-huh.
we already had a pretty good run of X-Men movies.
Yeah,
we
so-
had a whole X-Men universe that was laid out for us.
Yeah, so they actually just ended it with their most recent movie. They came out,
Was it still going?
Yeah, they were still going. So they came out
Whoa.
and Hugh Jackman's in like all of them.
Well, of course.
So, but they came out with one more that was called X-Men Dark Phoenix, and then that was supposed to be the one to end Fox's run of the X-Men movies. And now they're going to bring it back, new actors, new character, all that kind of thing within this new
gonna
saga
reboot
of the
it.
Marvel movies.
So
Yeah.
doesn't that kind of feel like we've already had a successful beginning, middle, and end to X-Men, and now
Well,
they're
we
just going to
did.
refeed it to us?
Well, we did, but the difference is the X-Men movies that we got were it was just that universe. So there were no other superheroes.
They never
that
incorporated the
existed.
X-Men with other
No,
superheroes?
never.
At this point, they never have?
Never did.
Okay, so it will be really cool to see them with
So
the
now
other
you're
superheroes.
going to see X-Men
Because
existing.
isn't that the Justice League when they all get together?
No, you're
That's
thinking
called
of the
the
Avengers.
Avengers.
The
from Marvel,
Avengers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But the thing with X-Men in the Marvel saga is we've already seen two mutants show up in the Marvel universe, and that was Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
Yep.
Showed up in
By
the
the
first
way,
Avengers or the second Avengers.
also
movie.
important to know, both of them Magneto's children.
Yes.
Oh, good
Yeah.
to know.
So we brought those into the game. So I think what they're going to start doing now is there's going to be this whole thing of like all of a sudden, why are people just born with these abilities? And they're going to start bringing in the X-Men shit.
Well,
I think the X...
They
'cause-
kind of had that, but yes, obviously in all the Marvel movies, they could never say the word mutant
Yeah.
because that's
the
an
Fox
X-Men
owned
thing,
it,
and
yeah.
Fox
So
owned
now they
X-Men.
can start saying that.
Yes.
But like, so you know who I think the next big bad guy is that they're going to be leading up to for the next 10 years or whatnot is? I think they're going to be leading up to Apocalypse.
Possibly.
I think X-Men is going to be the leader of this kind of new saga.
Wasn't there already literally
Yeah,
that? Wasn't there
that's
literally
kinda-
X-Men Apocalypse already?
But that was part of the Fox
Which is
universe.
also-
Well, right. But we've
That's
already
kinda-
had- I would be
that's-
sad if they redo that because
Yeah,
we've already seen
exactly.
that.
That's why I don't think
unfold.
we're gonna go there.
We haven't seen it to the extent you're talking about.
I
and I
think-
understand building a
Right.
whole universe around that. But we
Right.
have seen
So-
in one movie that
Yes, you're right.
No,
played
no.
out.
So I think we're
Yes,
going to see
you're right.
one of two things. We're going to either see them eventually build up and take on Galactus,
I could see that happening.
which would be a big thing because Galactus is a
That
Fantastic Four villain.
I was gonna say that was a Silver Surfer kind
Yeah.
of thing,
Yep.
right?
Silver Surfer with the Fantastic Four.
that
also,
would be really cool.
Yeah.
Also, I believe, don't quote me on this, I think Secret Wars is what it is the other one. And they're already kind of setting up for that with what they did with Captain Marvel, because Captain Marvel was all about finding out who the Kree were, because the Kree are an alien race.
Let's
that
talk about
shapeshift.
Captain Marvel for a second.
Never seen that.
I have
because-
yet to see it still.
Okay,
but
I was
know
literally-
about
I don't
it.
know a lot about the story.
I literally
or
was about
anything.
to stop us because I thought you had seen it, so I was going to ask you about it because I heard it was shit.
I don't know
I
anything
kinda
about
heard it was
Captain
shit.
Marvel.
But not as much shit as X-Men Phoenix was. The Dark
Me and
Phoenix.
Adam,
Really?
we were literally just talking about that while you were gone.
Oh, see, which saddens me because
Dude,
I know a lot of people have issues, but I do love the Fox X-Men universe.
I do too.
I really
but
enjoyed it too. I liked it a
Yeah,
lot.
I like it a lot.
Apparently, what I've been being told and what the reviews are saying, it's even worse than X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Ooh.
Oh, that's saying a lot.
That's saying a lot. Since X-Men Origins Wolverine is the one that ruined Deadpool.
Yes. But wait. Why? I mean,
They just said basically there
look,
is
they-
no plot.
they had to end it though. They had
had
to.
to.
They had to end Fox's run of it. Which honestly, they should have ended it with Logan. Logan should have been the fucking ending of it.
is.
That is the ending.
Ba-dums.
Yeah.
But yes, it's absolutely, it is the best X-Men film they've put out.
Yes,
is Logan.
100%. Just a good film. You don't even have to know anything about X-Men, and you'd fucking enjoy the hell
You
out
would
of that
still enjoy
movie.
it because guess what?
I literally cried in that movie.
I know.
It was
There's, like,
such
two
a
good
good
parts where
fucking
you, like, cry.
movie. Like it was just a good piece of fucking cinema, dude. I really enjoyed that movie.
Seriously.
Never seen it.
I have it, so we'll watch it at some point.
Sounds good.
Such a good
Oh,
movie, though,
it
dude.
is so damn
like,
good.
Like even just for a fucking X-Men movie, the writing, the acting.
We have to watch the new Spider-Man first.
We will.
X-Men will be second.
We will. But Logan, oh my gosh.
I've heard Logan is fantastic.
It
I have
is
heard it's
so-
really good.
I was like, when I first saw the movie, I was like, if this movie's not even like nominated for an Academy Award, like it was so.
You're like, what is real anymore?
It was so good. It was like I said, it was just an example of just perfect fucking cinema. Like it had a great
I bet
plot.
Leo was a producer.
Oh gosh.
Anyone can be a producer. It doesn't matter.
It's
I bet
true.
Leo was one.
If you put it
What
in-
was the movie we watched that was so obscure and off the wall, fucked up, dumb?
I don't even remember.
And I was
what-
like, you went to the.
Fracture. It was called Fracture. with
So
Topher
we watched
Grace.
this whole movie. It was dumb as fuck, Kyle. Stupid as fucking movie. We get all the way through it, and Adam gets up to go to the bathroom. And as the credits are going, I see producers, and I see Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, God.
And I yell, I'm like, Adam, Leo fucking produced this piece of shit. And Adam literally came out of the bathroom. He's like, no, I don't believe you. And he rewound it so he could see it with his own eyes. He was like, holy shit, it's Leo DiCaprio.
I did not believe it. I was like, you are fucking with me, Matthew.
The movie was
Stop
hot
it.
garbage, dude.
It was such like you could tell he produced it for like like it was a friend of a friend of a friend, like,
Like
a
his
favor.
nephew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, charity work.
That's what it felt like. I did not believe. I was
He was like, no, it's
he
someone
didn't."
else. It's a different Leo.
I just thought Matthew was
Why?
fucking with me in general. Just I love Leo so much. So Leo,
I'm like,
fuck
no,
you,
literally, he
Matthew."
did. I swear.
And we literally sat there for 5 minutes of just no, Matthew. No, he did it. Yes, he did, Adam.
like, fucking rewind
Shut
it.
up. No, he didn't. And yeah, I had to fucking rewind it. Sure enough, there was
damn.
his name.
That was his name. I wouldn't lie about my man.
Okay. All right, so let's backtrack a little.
Okay.
Go back to Batman.
Okay.
Who is the best Batman?
Oh, Adam, who is the best Batman?
Let's see. So which ones have we had? We've had like out of everyone that's existed, right? So there's been 2 before Adam West, but we'll just say Adam West at the beginning. So we have Adam West, we have Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer, George Clooney, Christian Bale, and Ben Affleck, right?
6.
So we've had 6 Batmans.
I'm going to say
Man.
there's more. Well, at least one more. And he's the one I consider the
Are you
best
talking
Batman.
about the guy who did the voice for the animated?
Kevin motherfucking Conroy.
Yeah, Kevin Conroy.
Best Batman there's ever existed.
Okay. So I'm going to take Kevin Conroy out of the equation, and we're just going to talk about live action Batmans, okay?
Okay.
So, honestly, given the films that exist and are before us, I think Christian Bale is the best Batman.
I'm sorry, but
Dark Knight?
I do.
I have to agree.
Lord.
I do.
You'd have to agree?
I have to agree.
Why?
he's the
It's
best.
so over the top.
It's over.
Just to be over the top.
No
For
more over
it
the
gives
top
nothing.
than any of the other ones.
Yep, no more than any of the others.
So, I disagree.
Give me one. Tell me one that's not more over the top than Christian Bale.
Well, I don't know them by name.
Well, then you have no stake in the argument.
Well, because I don't know the names of the actors, I've still seen them.
So
What
you
movie?
think?
What movie had the
So
best
you
Batman?
would say that George Clooney's Batman is better than Christian Bale's Batman?
I would say that he was less pressed. Yeah, I would say it was a little bit more organic. I think that Christian Bale's Batman was the least organic of the Batman.
Why? But why though?
Because he pushed so hard to be Batman. It was, I don't know how to explain it. So, let alone the voice. Okay, the voice is just one thing. Okay, that's obvious. It was obnoxious. We get it, right? That can be forgiven. But the whole time, I don't feel that he gave anything of his own to the role. I feel that they gave him a role and he just played this very generic, very paper Batman. I don't feel that there was a lot of spice to it. I don't feel there was any kind of emotion to being Batman.
So I agree with you. I really do. But the problem is, I feel like that's how all the actors played Batman.
And
so I
well,
feel like
don't
if we're
like
choosing
Batman,
the
so
less,
I guess I would agree.
So if we're choosing the less of 6 evils, I have
Yep.
to choose Christian Bale as the one. Because I agree with you.
I
Matthew,
love the movie as a
but
whole.
I feel like Ben Affleck did the same thing. I feel like Michael Keaton did the same thing. I feel like Val Kilmer, George Clooney. I feel like they all
They're all
did
just
the same
cardboard
thing.
Batman.
Cardboard Batmans, absolutely. And that is
I
why
don't think we've had
And I mean,
our good Batman.
listen, well, he
except
is
for
supposed
Kevin
to be-
goddamn Conroy.
Yes.
He doesn't
Yes.
have the most. He's not the quippiest character. He's not like supposed to be. He's very militaristic, very generic in how he moves and stuff.
Yes.
But I would
I
like
think
to
that's
see him
also
have
the
a little
suit.
bit more of a personality. You know, especially for having such a flamboyant villain. I would
Yes.
like to see the
I
the
feel
good
like
guy have a
every
little more.
Yeah, so I feel like every single time there's an actor who plays Batman, it is just a man reading a script.
Well, you know, they talk about that too because the suit plays a lot into it because a lot of the suits they've had for Batman up to this point, you can't turn your neck in them. Like, in order to look over, you have to be...
Well,
and actually shift your entire body to look at somebody.
And I guess I can forgive that a little bit, but at a certain point, like, figure your shit out, Hollywood. Come
Seriously,
on. If you
figure
got
your
enough
shit
money, figure your shit out.
So
CGI Batman.
I have said this, but I think
Maybe that's what it takes. Maybe.
So I think I've talked about this before on the podcast, but what I would like to see from Batman, somebody playing Bruce Wayne / Batman, is I just want to see more, and I think this is your argument, Matthew. I want to see more personality in Bruce Wayne.
I was just going to say, if you can't give it to Batman, I can forgive that, but give it to Bruce Wayne.
Yes.
Let those scenes have more.
So
let them be torn more.
So exactly. So what I want to see though is I want to see this actor portray this person who feels alienated because they're this rich
Yes.
white kid in America whose parents were dead, who nobody really gives a fuck that his parents are dead, that he truly feels alone in the world, he feels isolated, he feels bitter.
He's on the
cynical.
verge of being a villain.
Yes.
He is
Yes.
He is the
I
most
agree.
villainistic good guy in all of them.
Yes, and that is why the Joker is such a great
Yes.
like arch nemesis for him.
Because he's always on the edge of trying to pull him into being a bad guy.
Yes, I agree.
If we go
You
that
get none of
route,
that in the movies.
If we go that
Zero.
route and
I
have
agree.
that kind of Batman, then we need to have Robin in. because Robin
I
is
agree.
the one humanizing thing that brings Batman away from complete
I
I
agree with you.
100% agree with you.
annihilation.
I would love
think
to see
it is a
I
shame
would love to see Robin
to
show
not
up
have
again.
Robin in them. Robin is symbolic to Batman.
Can we talk about that too? How fucking awful it was to just end the Dark Knight trilogy on like, oh, here's this guy that's been following Batman around. It's Dick Grayson. That's the original Robin.
Okay.
And that's the end of the movie.
Okay, well, first of all...
Well, didn't they have to?
So first of all, it wasn't Dick Grayson. It was John Blake. It was the fourth Robin.
Oh, it was the fourth.
Okay.
Sorry.
So-
my bad.
So, second of all, the Batman films, I can't blame it too much. Because the Batman films were supposed to be 6. There were supposed to be 6 Batman films. And the reason
And come
why...
on, Jordan, what's his name? Gordon Levitt?
Oh, Gordon Levitt, yeah.
Would have made a fantastic
I agree with
Robin.
you. But the only reason why we got the third movie that we did was because of Heath Ledger's death.
Oh, absolutely.
Because Christopher Nolan said, I'm
I-
not doing any more. We're going to make it a trilogy. We're going to end it.
Yeah, fair.
You know.
Fair.
If it would have been a whole different ball game had Heath stayed alive.
Dude,
Yes.
if
Completely
he stayed
different
on,
ball game, and it would
that
be one
would've
of the
been
most
the DC.
Because
symbolic
they
movies, dude.
literally already had the actors casted. So Philip Seymour Hoffman was supposed to play the
so
Penguin.
Oh, I was about to say he
And
would have made
so-
a great
And he's
thing.
not around anymore either, isn't he?
He's dead
He
now,
died
yeah.
too.
And
Yeah.
Johnny Depp was supposed to play the
Oh
Riddler.
Lord, it
Yeah.
would have been amazing.
So those were
Hey,
that
at
was
least it wasn't Jim Carrey.
there was
again.
literally
fuck
there
Jim
was
Carrey.
literally already a year set that the movie was going to come out, and once Heath Ledger died, they said, okay, everything's getting scrapped and we're continuing on to
and
do
it's so
something else, and
sad.
the movie got pushed back like 3 years because
It
of
would have been one of the best selling, best grossing
Seriously.
superhero sagas
that
in general, dude.
that would have shot the
'Cause
DC
people like me
cinematic universe
liked it.
into the stars.
Yes, even people who don't like the superhero Batman would have loved those movies.
That's just like all I'm thinking is like Marvel would have had a run for their money.
Yes.
They would have had some serious.
So they did
damn
kind of get
competition.
kicked in the balls in that sense. That
Yes.
2 of the main actors died. And
If they decided to do the cinematic, I don't think Nolan would have done the cinematic universe route. Maybe he would have, with 6 movies under the belt, but I don't think that's what it would have been.
Nolan doesn't seem like the kind of guy that wants to be trapped into a universe.
So, how do you feel, Kyle, about Robert Pattinson being the new Batman?
Ugh, going from Twilight fame to Batman fame.
Yes.
oh yeah, the vampire dude's the new Batman. He's kind of scrawny for a Batman.
Yep, that was going to be my first
my only
point.
issue.
A
Yeah, but
little
he
too-
has
I mean, the
time.
suit
He has
though.
time to
He has
buff
That
up,
and
though.
Batman wears a suit. So
If
it's all
he
good.
buffs up, I could see it. I
Yeah?
absolutely see it. You know why?
Could you?
Because it's just it becomes the same thing of like, I mean, go back to what 2003, 2004, and all the crap Heath Ledger was getting. I mean, I get it. It's an old argument at this point. It's a damn old argument.
Right.
But it's like still, it's like, dude, you can't count actors out just because. Oh God, that's what they were in.
Do you, real quick, Adam, as a true lover of the Joker, the character, if we're talking about the Joker like in the comic books, the silly, insane Joker, like, do you think that Heath is what everyone cracks him up to be as the Joker? Do you think he really nailed it as much as we say?
He's not
Or-
comic book Joker.
He's not comic book Joker at all.
No,
he was a
no.
fantastic one, but he's not
They
the quintessential Joker.
They did not make him.
Jack Nicholson
Jack
is probably
Nicholson
the
is the
closest
closest.
to
I
the
agree.
comic book Joker.
I
Damn
agree
it.
with you.
Yeah.
Bastards, no.
Are you
As
going to
far
say
as-
Caesar Romero?
No, not Caesar Romero.
Dude, just being the silly, insane, like actual
Fucking-
clown Joker.
Luke Skywalker.
Okay, I'm not talking about the
That
voices,
is
though.
the best
I'm not
version.
talking about that, though. I'm talking about live action.
Like the ones who actually had to play them.
Yeah.
Batman the Animated Series is the best representation Batman will ever have, period.
And I
Yeah, well,
agree
Spider-Man,
with
the
you.
animated
I
series, was
agree.
fantastic representation of Spider-Man.
I agree.
Probably the best one I've seen.
And I agree with you, but we're talking about live action here. And as far as
Well, when live action can't hold a goddamn torch to the damn animated
Sometimes live action
series,
just can't do it, bro.
then the animated series trumps all.
oh my god,
I think it also really matters when in your life you see it. Because
No,
the thing that you
the
are
animated
introduced to the
series
first,
holds up.
I think the
watched
thing
it
you're introduced
recently.
to first is the thing that you fall in love with the most.
Yeah, that's
Because
true.
the animated Spider-Man is my favorite version of
I
Spider-Man.
think
Because
so.
I grew up with him. That's what I learned
I mean,
Spider-Man
come
was.
on.
Well, and that's why
they
it's
had
hard for
Stan
me.
Lee narrate
That's true.
Well, and that's why.
so
Come
beautiful.
on.
Well, and that's why it's hard for me too. Where like a lot of people talk shit about like George Clooney's Batman, right? And Batman and Robin.
Well, it's not his fault. Bat nipples.
Well, no, like, and I get, yeah, but like, and I get that, and I get people's argument with it, but I always have to go back of like, well, I was a kid when I saw it, and my brother
was
and
a
I.
That's the one
fantastic
with
kid
Mr.
movie.
Freeze,
Yeah,
right? With
Mr.
Arnold Schwarzenegger
Yeah,
as
Mr.
Mr. Freeze.
Freeze, yeah.
That's the one I remember as a kid.
And that's the one
that
I
was my
remember
first
too.
They-
And I
Batman.
watched it
They
a lot.
had the
I
most
enjoyed it
I
as
really
a
like
child.
that movie.
They
too.
had the most
I do.
iconic characters. They had the most
Yes. They
iconic
did.
actors of that time.
Yes.
Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Chris McDonald.
Chris McDonald,
But
Jim
even
Carrey.
amongst the
Yes.
Batman universe, they had all of
Everybody.
them in there. They had Freeze, they had the Penguin, they had like.
Mm-hmm.
Since then, you haven't gotten like the whole slam dunk in an entire
And
movie.
that's what really bothers me about the Bat universe these days. And I really hope Robert Pattinson's like with Robert
Breaks the
Pattinson.
mold.
I honestly don't have an opinion about Robert Pattinson whether he's gonna play it well or not. I just hope he fucking sticks because I'm tired of just getting like, okay, we're gonna do Robert Pattinson, then we're gonna do another Joker. Okay, fine. I want there's other fucking Batman villains though. There's iconic Batman villains that we haven't
See,
seen.
that was my big thing with Spider-Man because it's always like, oh, Venom. I'm like, dude, you realize you haven't put Mysterio on the big screen and he is a fantastic, really crazy illusionist character. Bam, Far From Home, there's Mysterio. Thank you.
Right.
Dude, on the thing of Joker though, and Heath Ledger, don't you think that Heath's Joker would have been really good in Suicide Squad as that Joker?
Well, not for that script.
No, you don't think that he would have been
I
way
would
better than the
I
one we
would
got?
have loved to see like a Nolan version of Suicide Squad with his own personal characters.
I would too,
and,
but
like,
see-
What did you think
representations.
about Suicide Squad? Did you like it?
Yeah, I
That's
had,
that's definitely not a yes.
no,
No,
I had issues with,
I had
which is so
issues, too.
sad because when I saw all the trailers and stuff for it, like
It looked
I
as
had
if-
such high hopes.
And-
for
Did
it.
you like that they had Harley Quinn as such a big deal?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did.
no, I like.
But
Harley
We
Quinn
don't
as a
get
big
we
deal.
don't get a lot of her
But
in the
this
I
is-
latest
also,
one.
this is the
I
problem-
also liked Will Smith as
Deadshot.
As Deadshot,
yeah.
great
But
Deadshot.
These were the issues I had though. These are villains.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They are not anti-heroes.
Right, I get
Stop
it.
trying to make heroes.
But it was its
Everybody-
own
or stop trying to
one-off
make
thing.
villains
It was its own
anti-heroes.
one-off
No.
thing, though. It wasn't supposed.
that's
It's
the
not
big
like
thing.
they're making a whole thing out
You-
of it.
you
They just
realize-
had
They
they
did.
just had a good time with like one.
But they did though.
I don't know
it's part
why-
Of the it was part of that universe.
I
They
don't
didn't
know
just do
why
it as
we
like
haven't
it's- you don't
left
think
that,
it's just kind of
though.
its own-
You realize ever since like the early mid 2000 to 2010, we have been in this age of the anti-hero.
Have we?
Yes, it's like it really started off. It's like look at some of our biggest shows. The Sopranos started it with an anti-hero. Breaking Bad is the quintessential
That's true.
TV show of the anti-hero.
Wait, but how
knew
is
that.
Walter White an anti-hero?
Be-
I would say that is a normal guy that we got to see turn into a villain.
But he's the one we're rooting for.
But that doesn't make him an anti-hero. That
But
just
that's
makes
what
him a
they call
villain that we
him.
like. Joker, Heath Ledger's Joker was not by any means an anti-hero, but everyone was
But
rooting
Walter
for him.
White was doing everything for his family.
Right. He
Therefore,
wasn't
a
doing it just to
hero.
fuck people over. And
He
be
wasn't
a villain.
doing it just to do it.
I see what Kyle's
At
saying.
first,
At the end, he was, but throughout
But
his
that's my
story,
point. You were
throughout
watching-
his story, he was an anti-hero till the end.
I guess.
It is the age
technically.
of the anti-hero. I
Well,
don't know why we're in this age still.
And
but we're-
because
even
heroes are
Walter
boring.
White's partner,
Yeah.
the meth head kid, ends
Jesse
up wanting.
Pinkman.
He wants to end up doing the right thing in the end and shit. Like
Right.
I kind of see where he's spinning it. I think
I
that if you
get
look for
it,
anything
but-
hard enough, you'll find it.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think it's a little bit of a stretch, but I do think there's an argument there. That's true.
Like-
and I think that's what the majority of the watchers were calling him was an anti-hero.
I wish we
Okay.
saw more where the villain won. More movie. There's only
Yes.
been a couple in that I've
But
seen.
here's the thing. If you want to, so like you said, Matthew, if you look for something hard enough, you'll find it, right? Right. So if you want to watch a movie about a villain, and if you want to try to spin it in your own head and make him an anti-hero, fine. Do that. But Suicide Squad went out of their way
Yeah,
to
they
take
definitely.
villains and say, oh,
Also-
they're anti-heroes. No,
Definitely.
fuck you.
So-
they're villains.
Okay,
They're
so
all- they were all
the other thing I'd
villains.
like
Yes.
to mention about that too, liked Will Smith as Deadshot. still kind of pissed he wasn't the Deadshot, because Deadshot is all about tattooing the names of all of his victims on his body.
None of the
of that
characters
happened.
were. The fucking Killer Croc.
Yeah, I know.
A fucking 5'10" black guy with an oversized head.
Instead of like
that was
an
their Killer
8-foot
Croc.
fucking Killer Croc.
Like, he fucking eats people.
He eats me.
He lives in the sewer.
But it just feels like
That's not Killer Croc.
It
What
just-
the fuck?
tattooing names on your body isn't that hard to represent.
Like, jeez. I just, like...
I don't get what's so hard with
see-
all of these movies. Like,
No, but that also becomes a
if
big
there's
thing
ever a
too.
time where it's okay to just totally copy and paste something, it's we wanted to see the comic books just copy pasted
Yes!
into
You're
movies.
right. You are
That's
right.
that's all we wanted.
We
And
just
why
wanted
is
a-
it so hard?
We just want an amazing script with it. That's it.
It's
Yeah.
the one
That's
time
it.
that's perfectly okay.
Yes.
Because we want to
But
reminisce and see them all on the big
this
screen.
is why I also agree with Adam with the fact that Heath's Joker would not have worked in Suicide Squad. You really telling me Heath's Joker would have gone for Harley Quinn?
I think Nolan's
Ledger's
version,
circumstances?
whatever
No,
Nolan's
Heath
version
Yeah.
would have
Ledger's
been.
Joker does
I think she
not
would have been a
want
much darker
anybody.
Harley Quinn, but yeah.
Does not want anybody.
Well, what do you mean she doesn't want anybody? She wants
No.
Joker.
She wants
Heath
Mr.
Ledger's
J.
Joker doesn't want anybody. Heath Ledger's Joker wouldn't give
Well,
a shit
and that's
wouldn't
why-
go out of his way to save
I think that's
Harley
why
Quinn.
there was no
But-
Harley Quinn in that
But
rendition
here's the thing,
of it.
though. So I disagree with you, though. So if Nolan were to make a Harley Quinn in that Batman series, I think they would have played it off as just that. They would have made Harley Quinn this like stalkerish woman who was following her.
It would have been
wanted to
much
be like
darker.
her. And then what would have happened is Harley Quinn would devise some plan that would end up helping the Joker, but Joker wouldn't pay any mind to it. He'd just be like, oh, well, cool, that worked out to my favor.
So the
And just-
Joker would just continue on with his life while having a stalker.
Yes.
I could see. Okay.
Yes.
But
Very-
she would
That's, I think, how
constantly
they
be
would have
Very
played
well.
it.
That would
But
actually
yes.
be a really good spin on it.
I think
You're
so,
very
too,
clever.
yeah.
That would be good.
That's how they would have. I think that's how Nolan would have done it.
Because we already have to accept that it's not the comic book character that
No.
we're watching here.
Well, that was the whole point. It's like after you had Heath Ledger's Joker, DC went and made that a universe, just like
Well, it was
Marvel.
meant to be.
Yeah.
It's just they didn't
Just
have
like-
the main character to
just
do
like
it
Marvel.
with anymore.
Marvel has,
But it would
they
have been
coined
fantastic.
The Marvel
We would have
cinematic
been
universe
bowing
as a
and-
universe.
We would have been saying how genius they were, and they would be top dogs had Heath lived, dude. I guarantee it.
Oh yeah.
He was that level, dude.
Oh, it would have been the next Star Wars, is what it would have been.
It's so good
movie
that
series?
people who
Very
don't like it would have went and
seriously.
saw it because the dude was fucking incredible.
It was.
Fuck.
Yeah. Holy shit.
But in regards to like not to press too hard on the Batman conversation, but to go back into like Robert Pattinson playing Batman now, a lot of issues that people have with him being casted as the role is an understandable issue, but everybody sees him as Edward from Twilight,
Yeah.
right?
But you can break that.
Not only can you break
Only if
that,
he nails it. He better do really fucking good.
But that was the thing.
but
It's
here's
like
the
look
thing-
at Heath's fucking
Right.
performance.
But
and
here's the
who he
thing.
was known as.
people don't understand, which is funny because Robert Pattinson understands this. Twilight ruined his career. Okay,
It ruined
And
everybody's
Ro-
career.
the
that was
reason-
except for maybe
Kristen
Anna
Stewart
Kendrick.
or Anna Kendrick. You're right. That
Anna
actually
Kendrick.
jump started her career.
Yeah, totally
literally.
jump started it.
But the thing is, Robert Pattinson, he's very aware of this. He's mentioned it in interviews many times, even while during filming Twilight. Like, he knew, like, this is fucking killing my career. And what people don't understand is Robert Pattinson has been in quite a few movies since the Twilight movies.
Dude,
and
even
I've seen,
before Twilight, he
Yes.
was in fucking Harry Potter.
yes, but specifically after Twilight, he's been in these movies. Oh, hello, cat. He's he's been in these movies, and I've seen a couple of them. He is a great actor.
Again, people
He is
can
a-
break their molds.
He
People
is-
can.
but
Because
people aren't giving him the chance because they haven't seen him in anything since
dude,
Twilight.
you kidding me? That's what Zac Efron
I
had
only
to do.
know him as Twilight.
Exactly,
Now,
as
Zac
most
Efron did
people.
it for me. Zac Efron broke out of the
Oh,
mold
he
for me
broke out of that
personally.
fucking hard. I
he was
couldn't
a
believe it.
joke, in my opinion.
because he
I
was
saw
High
him
School
as
Musical.
nothing.
What movie did it for
And-
you? That broke the mold for you?
I don't know the specific one. I don't know the specific one. I would say it's just the conglomeration of seeing him
Just
over the
all of
last
it.
few years. I've just been
I think it
impressed
did
time and
become
time
that.
again.
It was just
Touche.
strange.
And
Because it's like
Yeah.
you think of him as High School Musical, you see him as a kid, but no,
I saw him
he's
as just a
very much
model,
an
a
adult.
pretty face, and
Yeah.
but as I see him more and more as I get older and watch him act, he nails his roles, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I had more specific movies. I'm not good with movies and titles and whatnot, but I know just as I've seen him, I've really liked.
I think
his
I think
roles.
it's really interesting because it really comes down to seeing these actors break out of who they were. Because I think another actor that has really broken out of who he was Jake Gyllenhaal.
I've always thought he was good.
Yeah, I've always liked him too.
But
At what point
he
was
originally
not?
started like Bubble Boy, and he had.
Oh, I guess I just don't remember him.
and
Yeah, but I mean, like-
Brokeback Mountain. Like,
I thought he was great in Brokeback Mountain.
See, but
I mean-
but he got the same kind of shit that Heath Ledger got. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
gay
but
cowboy
okay,
movie.
so but Brokeback
oh well, sure, but if you can get
Mountain-
past that, it was great acting.
But the
yeah,
thing
no,
is,
I
though-
wasn't saying it wasn't great
Yeah.
acting.
But yeah, but Jake Gyllenhaal's different because going back to like Brokeback Mountain, yeah, there was a lot of controversy just based off of where we were progressively at that time as a nation, as far as like the gay marriage and gay people in general was concerned. But that was still an Academy Award winning movie.
Yeah,
and
no,
that
I
was
think
something
both
that
guys
nailed
nobody
it,
could
dude. They
deny.
did
But
great.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, but look at his startings like Bubble Boy, Donnie Darko.
Donnie
which
Darko was a great movie.
It was
Yeah.
after the fact.
Right? Okay,
it was
I'm
a
with
cult
you.
film.
I'm with
It
you.
was
It's a cult
definitely a cult film
It's a cult
because
film.
it fucking flopped when
Oh,
it
yeah.
came out.
I agree with
it
you
did.
on that. Now
So,
it's
yes,
a great movie.
So no,
though.
it's something that he's worked on, but it's just like, dude, it's like
He's
seriously
even
to this
played
day.
like war movies and shit since
Yeah,
then.
but
hasn't
no,
he?
Knight
He's done a lot
Rider.
of
He's
stuff.
done a lot. He's done a
Dude,
lot of movies.
I like him in all.
Knight
in
Rider?
a lot
No,
of his
Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler. Oh,
Nightcrawler, he was
that.
in. I never saw that movie.
Oh, such a good movie.
Really?
Yeah. Dude, seriously, you watch that, you're like, who the fuck is this guy? Because that's not Jake Gyllenhaal. Like, he does a damn good job.
Wasn't that Tom Ford, the cosmetic guy who made that movie?
Maybe.
Really?
I don't know.
Tom Ford wrote a movie.
Oh yeah, Tom Ford's made a couple now.
Really?
I think one of his movies was nominated for an Academy Award.
Who knew?
He was literally just a guy, like, he's the cosmetic and fashion guy.
Oh, he's not
But-
just a guy.
But he was literally just like, I want to get into the movie business.
Hold
and
on.
Just start
I
directing
just-
yeah,
movies.
multimillionaires can do that.
Yeah.
They can
we
just
need to go
decide
back
to
a
do
bit.
shit.
We said 6 Batmans, right? Did we include Michael Keaton?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Mr.
absolutely.
Michael
Sorry.
Keaton.
Drinking.
I know. I have quite a few drinks to me too. You know what we should all do?
Take
We
a
should all
shot.
Take a shot. Yes, Cobb.
I'm ready.
And
We're gonna have to do it one at a time.
well,
We can pour into the cups we have.
I was gonna say we would, but then he literally just poured a soda into the
So
cup. we
he
brought out
gets
for
the
him.
shot glass.
So he gets the shot glass,
I'm fine
It was
with
strategic the
and
whole
then
time.
we will get
I knew what I was doing.
the cups. So I'm gonna pour the shots.
I'm
of
only doing
Tito.
this for episode 100.
You have to.
only
I
for
do not.
100.
I never do this ever.
You have to. You
This
have
is
to
not
take
my
shots.
thing.
So there's one for me.
So another question I'd like to ask you guys too.
What's up?
Lay it on us.
What is your current opinion of Keanu Reeves?
I love that man.
I've always enjoyed Keanu.
See,
I think he's
I think-
terribly underrated.
Yeah, I think it was.
Well, not anymore.
Not
but he was at
anymore.
one
I think
point.
for
You
a long-
realize
well-
right now he's basically the internet's boyfriend. That's kind of what they're coining.
I don't think. I
makes
honestly
sense.
don't think I realize how famous he
No,
is right
I don't-
now.
I
really
don't
don't.
Oh, he's super
Is
famous.
he really
right
big
now.
right
He's
now?
like everybody's
he
like
had-
sweetheart.
Yeah.
Is he
totally.
not
And he's
always
a
been
good
kind of like
person.
activist famous?
No,
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 he's not that
He's
kind of
just
thing?
a good person in
Yeah.
real life.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
He's
that
like
was the
dubbed
thing.
like the nicest person in Hollywood. Right
Yeah,
now.
right now. That's kind of
okay.
he's basically gonna take Tom Hanks's place when Tom Hanks dies.
Tom Hanks is going nowhere anytime soon. Thank you. He's
Okay.
great.
I'm so sorry.
All right.
Tom Hanks is immortal.
Hanks has
You son of a
immortal.
plenty
bitch.
of time.
But yeah, basically that's what it's been coming out with Keanu Reeves is he went from cardboard cutout actor that's just very bland.
Really quick, not to interrupt you, but before we get too into this conversation, let us cheers.
Celebrate
to episode
100
Did
episodes.
this 100 times, guys.
Woo, fuck yeah. And drink. Woo.
I was like rubbing alcohol.
Oh, I love it.
Disgusting.
Love it. Good old
Rub
Tito's.
the inside of
Tito's
my digestive
vodka,
system.
guys. All right, go on with what you were saying about Keanu Reeves.
Yes. So he went from cardboard bland actor to all of a sudden
That's such a shame.
everybody
I don't
loves
feel
him.
he was ever bland, but
Dude, come on.
That's
I
a
didn't think
shame.
so.
Johnny
No,
Mnemonic,
even- come on.
Neo, Constantine.
I liked all. I think he was really great in Constantine.
Is like one of my favorite
I
movies.
honestly
I understand,
truly think
but that doesn't give the public
Neo,
reception
I
of it.
think
I don't
he
give
was
a fuck.
great
He did
in that role.
great in all of those.
That was not a flamboyant role.
But there's
he
the whole
played
fact
the
of
role very well.
He doesn't emote well in those movies.
Does he not?
I
He doesn't even really
personally
yell.
don't agree.
He has like one tone, and that's the tone he uses throughout the movie.
But that's not his fault per se, because I've seen a lot of movies where he does fucking
He
project
does
a
emote.
lot.
And I think, especially with the John
Listen,
Wick movies,
I think that
he
the,
is
the common
fucking
consensus
Which is funny
is with
because
Kyle.
he's no more monotone
He's a
in
bit.
any other
He's
movie.
a bit better. You can look back at the acting.
Okay, John Wick movies, I've seen them all, and let me tell you, he not only does he hardly say anything in the movies, but
a
he's fucking
badass.
monotone and fucking plateaued when he does speak.
And
the
you
best part
can't-
about those movies
you
are
can't
the
tell me
action.
Neo
Adam, I
isn't
am
that
gonna
way.
have to say that although you and I have a different opinion, I think we are in the minority. I think
so.
that
I
common
don't-
80% of people would have
Only recently
dissed-
started
Really?
liking
Yes.
Keanu.
Well, then I'm
Yes.
happy to say that we were diehards before it was
We are.
cool.
Good
We
job.
fucking love you,
Fist
Keanu.
pound.
You-
Sorry, guys, we had a little technical difficulty there, but we're back now. I don't know what the
course.
fuck happened there.
Episode
Jesus.
100.
right. You
thank you
think
very
we have our
First
shit
technical
together.
difficulty.
My goodness.
Dude, it's just GarageBand. I've been talking to some people about some other pieces of software to use where I don't have these kind of issues. But
Are we good now? This is
I
doing its
understand.
thing.
yeah, I think we're
looks
good
okay.
now. Well, if it was gonna happen at any time, it makes sense it would happen on episode 100.
100.
So, but anyways, hello guys, we're back.
We're back.
And through this, I actually thought of a question
Okay.
that I thought would be interesting. So, if you could see any superhero, supervillain, super character, anything from comic books in the past, okay, rebooted or brought back, it could have been something that's already done, maybe not. Who do you want to see on the big screen? Who deserves a little bit of screen time? lately?
I've always wanted to see Carnage.
Oh,
I
that's
never
a
got
good
a
one.
chance to see Carnage.
That's a good one.
but I
And-
really want to see.
and so you know.
So I saw the ending. I saw the ending credits for Venom.
Okay,
So,
okay, so-
which by the way, I do not like Woody Harrelson as Carnage.
No?
But no, I do not like that at all. But whatever.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. I think.
What's your hate with Woody?
It's not my hate with Woody. I just like.
What you got against the
by the way,
Woodmeister, huh?
But just as far as like an actor to play Carnage, Woody Harrelson just wouldn't be my first choice.
Okay.
I do
not
like
see that.
at all. Yeah.
Well,
but-
maybe he'll blow us away.
Maybe he'll blow us away. But then again, I want to see Carnage and Venom in a Spider-Man universe.
True.
I do not want to see just
True.
a separate Carnage movie in this anti-hero bullshit that's Venom.
Well, knowing the
know.
way that Spider-Man has historically gone, okay, unless they fixed it, it probably won't be done correctly. Just saying.
Probably not.
Just
We'll
saying.
see
I
what
don't have a
happens.
lot of faith, is all I'm saying.
What about you, Kyle? Who do you want to see?
Yeah, who's your reboot,
For
Kyle?
me, it's definitely one character from the X-Men series. Basically, we've never really seen them on screen unless you count the one appearance in the game Marvel vs. Capcom, and that would be Onslaught.
Okay,
And-
explain who the fuck Onslaught
Okay,
is.
so
I've never heard of Onslaught.
Okay, so Onslaught, basically in one of the universes that
Univi.
Univi.
Thank you.
Sorry. So sorry. In one of the many Marvel Univi.
But, so for those who can't see it, well, nobody can see, but Matthew was taking a hit of pot out of this bong and just fucking started cracking up laughing in the fucking middle of it. Are you
Don't
about to
smoke pot,
pour
kids.
yourself
It's bad
more
for you.
vodka?
Vodka.
I'm so empty and I don't have anything to drink.
You know what? You guys continue with the conversation. I'm gonna pour us more vodka and get us more ice, Kyle.
Ooh. Okay, so as I was saying,
Anyway, you're telling us Onslaught.
So basically, in
Sounds
one
like a
of
friendly
the
guy.
Marvel Univi, he's not. Professor X goes batshit crazy. Okay.
Okay.
So he uses all his psychic powers and basically, I think, I don't know the full story behind Onslaught, but I'm pretty sure he just like murders the X-Men, and including Magneto, because now Professor X is donning Magneto's helmet.
Oh.
And
that
so,
sounds pretty intense.
Yeah, so he's got like this full suit, looks like this big buff like Brock Lesnar wearing a red jumpsuit type of thing.
That's a hell of an imagery.
And yeah, he just uses his psychic powers to fly and fuck shit up. So he was like the final
Kyle,
boss.
You are fantastic, my
He was
friend.
the final boss of Marvel vs.
You
Capcom.
are so good.
And he was hella awesome.
He sounds fucking hella awesome.
Yeah, so I would absolutely love to see him get some actual screen time, because besides Marvel vs. Capcom, it's like he's just kind of disregarded as like this big threat in the Marvel universe. It's like, yeah, you got Thanos, you got Galactus, but it's just like, you don't get a lot of the good guys going bad shit evil.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, definitely.
Interesting. That would be cool to see.
Absolutely, I think so.
You know who my guy is?
Who?
You never guess. Take a wild guess.
What universe?
He's kind of his own thing.
Is he his own thing?
He's a little bit of his own thing.
But he's comic book?
He was in a comic book.
He was in a comic book.
Listen, I'm not the most versed on his comic book life, but I'm under the impression that he was the main character of his own comic book.
Okay.
However, I think it would be wrong to call him a superhero.
Ooh.
I think he's a little bit more, not even an anti-hero. He's a little bit more of a villain.
Okay. Has he ever been in a movie or anything?
He's had a little bit of screen time in the past. Yes,
A little bit of screen time.
He had his 15 minutes. Some would say back in the day, but I don't think he's been reinvited to the big screen in easily a decade.
It's not Howard the Duck, is it?
Close.
What the fuck is close?
You're in the ballpark.
I know. You gotta tell. I don't know what ballpark we're in if it's close to Howard the Duck.
No, I'll tell you guys. I know you're in crazy suspense right now. Spawn.
What the fuck?
Bro, I would love to see a new rendition of Spawn.
How the fuck is Spawn close to Howard the Duck?
I don't want to talk about it. It makes me uncomfortable.
Okay.
But, Adam,
Hello.
I would love to see
Hello.
Spawn redone on the big screen. What do you think?
Oh, I think you're gonna get your wish.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they doing it?
Yeah, I think.
What the fuck?
Oh, never mind. I was about to hand you my vodka.
You
I
want
don't
the
want
vodka?
But I put a little bit in yours, Kyle, because I figured you want to mix it with Coke.
Did you just get that?
Yes, we've had a lot to drink.
Wow. Holy, my goodness.
Yes.
Well, so
God
let's
bless
see.
America.
As far as the video game side, what Spawn was last in Soul Calibur 2?
I believe he made an appearance there.
Yeah,
Oh
'cause
God, that was a minute ago.
Yeah, because what? I think that's when they had the split between the consoles, because GameCube had Link,
Yes.
PlayStation had Heihachi from Tekken.
Right. Yeah, the dude with the flags. He was a badass.
No.
With the swords, right?
No, that's Yoshimitsu.
Oh, fuck.
Heihachi's the
Yeah,
old guy.
Matthew.
Sorry, I get Haishami and Yoshimitsu confused all the time. I'm so sorry.
So Heihachi's the old guy with like the hair that goes back.
Oh, yes. Kind of spiky on the sides, like up like a fan.
but
like
he's
that.
like bald.
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
rest
yeah.
of his
All
head.
right, all right. Excuse
Yeah.
me. Fuck
And
out of
then on Xbox got Spawn.
Fuck Xbox. I don't fuck with that. Someone's at the door. I'm not going to answer
I'm
it.
not getting it either.
Last
Not
time we
my
answered the door,
problem.
it was not for us. Let's just say that.
Yes, let's just say I regret answering the door the last time I fucking did.
Sometimes, boys and girls, it's not a good thing to answer your door.
I just hope it's somebody who got food and not that Justin just forgot his fucking key or something.
Well, you know what? The back door is unlocked, so he can come around the back and
He'll
go through a
figure it.
sliding
He'll
door.
make it work. He'll figure it out a way.
These are the
Well,
stresses of our
but
life,
anyways,
guys.
If it's important, somebody will call.
Anyway,
Yes.
Spawn. I want to see him back on
Yeah,
screen.
I think they're literally in the talks, so they're going to do another Spawn movie. It's going to be rated R this time.
Fuck
Well, I would hope so.
So, yeah, they're
Was
well,
the last one not?
No, the last one was PG-13.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
No fucking way.
It was. was.
Well, listen, it was what, like the 80s, 90s?
Yeah, 90s.
So
No, you could get away with a lot more.
PG-13
But
was
I also,
today's rated
I think I
R.
also specifically remember like there wasn't like straight up just gore everywhere like it was a Mortal Kombat fatality.
No, but it was an adult movie.
It was
for
very
sure.
much an adult movie.
Well, the creepiest thing about it, I remember, is the little blue guy. The blue
Well,
lamp.
listen, does Spawn even fall under the superhero-esque comic book
he
world?
is somebody who is...
It's really its own one-off story.
Yes, but he is somebody who is truly an anti-hero.
Yeah.
That
Is he
who
even
is.
hero-esque in any way? Does he fight villains and
Yes.
shit?
So the
He's
whole
really just trying to get out of hell, isn't he?
Well, that's the kind of... So the whole thing is that, like, he's given these powers or whatnot to do, like, the devil, like, Lucifer's will, right? Hell's will.
Right, but he's, like, stuck in hell doing it.
Well, he's not stuck in hell. He's, like,
No?
he's on Earth and stuff. He just, like, has the fucking, like, get-up of, like...
Oh,
a
okay,
demon,
all right, yeah.
And, but, like, his whole thing, like, his fuck you to hell is, like, well, I'm gonna use it to help people. Fuck you, devil. Like, that's kind of this whole thing with it.
To me, in no way he's a hero. He's more of just
Isn't
a
it
dude
he
with a
becomes
story.
like that, but to, like, help his kid or something like that, or
Yeah.
save his kid?
Because I'm
or-
pretty sure he burns alive. That's how he gets sent to hell. And
Yeah,
then
and he
becomes
basically like
Spawn.
sells his soul to keep going, but he gets like powers.
Right, yeah. And he's like, do
But he
my will.
doesn't he kind of like have to kill to keep going or some shit, or isn't killing part of what he does?
Tell you the truth, I'm not that familiar.
I'm pretty sure that
super
he-
familiar with Spawn.
Yeah.
I don't think that he chooses to. I think he needs to kill to a
Potentially.
certain
that would
extent
make
for
it
some reason.
interesting.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know. Google Spawn real quick.
Yeah, that's a good
Google
question.
him.
Let's
What's the
see.
deal with it? It's been so long since I've seen it, but I remember watching it as a kid and really liking it, thinking
Yeah,
it was
no,
fucking
it
cool
was
as shit.
it was good. It was a good movie, and Spawn's a good comic book character.
But it's almost like what was the one that Nicolas Cage did, where he was on the
I was gonna bring in
motorcycle?
Ghost Rider.
And Ghost Rider, isn't that kind of like the new rendition of Spawn? Wasn't that almost the same
Kinda,
story?
but basically, Knight Rider was he was a daredevil,
Right,
And he ended up like getting into a bad accident
and burning to death.
So he signed his soul to the devil to get these powers, and now he basically has to do the.
So he's
devil's
Spawn.
work.
He's Spawn.
He's basically Marvel's Spawn.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So think Ghost Rider.
But Ghost Rider's
That's
big
Spawn.
thing is he can like burn your soul for.
And he's got the
all-
whip.
Yeah, the chain, the fire chain.
So Simmons, just to try to paraphrase here, getting to the points where it answers our question, Simmons
Thank you.
agrees to become a Hellspawn and serve Malebolgia, which is the devil he made the deal with, if he is allowed to see his wife, Wanda, one last time. The demon agrees and returns Simmons to the living realm, but stripped of nearly all his memories, with a badly burned body and a demonic guardian named the Violator. After his death and subsequent rebirth, Simmons, now Spawn, arrives on Earth in a daze, off balance and disoriented, with only vague recollections of his past, blah, blah, occasionally experiencing painful flashbacks. He eventually remembers his deal, but can't remember his wife's name in order to return to her. Blah, 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 blah. Not wanting to return to hell, Spawn attempts to find his new purpose in life while using as little power as possible. Spawn is thrust into several anti-hero adventures where he takes down street gangs and organized crime in New York City in a brutal fashion, battling against Italian mobsters and later eventually killing a serial murderer and pedophile, Billy Kincaid. Spawn finds a new purpose in stopping evil. So yeah, he uses his like hell-found abilities to
He's
stop evil.
essentially Deadpool or the Punisher or Ghost Rider. He's any of those, but he is like the 80s or 90s movie version of it.
Yeah.
And I want to see him come back because it was a badass movie.
I think so. I think it'd
fucking
be awesome
cool.
to have him back. So
If they do it right.
But he's
sure.
literally Deadpool or the Punisher, or like those are literally
just
just
the other
three
anti-heroes.
other movies
Yeah.
that are the exact same story.
Yeah, you're right.
Involving fire and everything.
so
Fire
What
and
the
brimstone.
fuck?
Yeah.
At least have one of them drown or something.
Do
it different.
right?
So-
Something different.
They all burn to
okay.
death.
So I think we have to now move on to a more important question.
Oh, okay.
What could be more important than that?
Top 5 movies. Like
In order?
Desert Island style. These are the only 5 movies you can watch the rest of
Okay,
your
so they
life.
don't have to be in order.
No, they
Just
don't
top
have to do
five
an order.
movies.
Just top 5 movies.
Top 5 movies.
Okay, give me a second to think about this. So, Interstellar, Mother, Constantine,
There it is.
Push,
Push. Really? Push?
yes, and Running Scared. Those are the first 5 that come to mind. There might be some other ones that I'm not thinking of right now or not
So
considering.
why Push? What's your deal with Push?
I truly just think, just from a filmmaking standpoint, that it is a great film. It was written well. Are we thinking about the same movie? Because I feel like this is a movie you'd really enjoy.
That's the one where the guy can No,
I think you're thinking of a different movie.
I think I'm thinking of
'Cause-
Jumper.
Yeah, it's definitely not Jumper. Jumper is definitely not in
Okay,
the
what's
top.
Push? What's Push?
Okay, so Push is a movie with Chris Evans and Dakota Fanning. Dakota Fanning's a more well-known name. Chris Evans is the guy who played Captain America.
Yep.
So it's a movie where it's like, think of like X-Men, but it's not X-Men, right? So there's this world where people are born with special abilities, and there's like a division of the government that's kind of like after to find these people and control them and just keep tabs on them. And it's just this movie about Chris Evans who has this power of telekinesis, comes across Dakota Fanning, who has this power of what's the word I'm looking for? Like can predict the future, right? But they're both second generation, so their powers aren't as strong as other
Psychic.
people's. It's
Psychic.
not it's not psychic though. It's like like intuition or something like that. Because she can't make things move or whatnot. She can just predict the future a little bit.
Okay.
That's not things moving. That's telekinesis.
Right.
Psychic is when you can read the future and tell people
don't call it psychic,
thoughts and
though.
stuff.
But I see. I know what you're saying though.
Okay, thank
But-
you. As
Come
long as you know what
on
I'm
now.
But
saying.
anyways, okay. So, but they're second generation, so their powers aren't as strong as most people's are, and the entire film takes place in like Hong Kong, I think, like China, like somewhere in China it takes place, and it's just about them escaping this like government like
Hong
division.
Kong would be pissed if you said they were in China. Just
That's
saying.
true.
Oh, they would.
But it's basically just about these two guys who are these two like powerful humans that are trying to escape like division. Then there's also like a Chinese gang that they're trying to escape also that
Okay.
also uses the
So no
feel
joke,
like I
there is a
maybe
Chinese
watched it.
mafia in real life, and they're like one of the more hardcore fucking
But
gangs in the world.
they're not
It's
the
like-
Yakuza.
the Yakuza's
That's the Japanese one, isn't it? Yeah,
Exactly.
they're intense.
Yeah.
They're very intense.
But
Yeah, they're super duper.
I'm really bad about describing movies, but the movie is the first time I saw it, I just fell in love with it. It's one of those movies I
What's
can
it called?
watch. It's called Push.
Push.
It's one of those movies I can watch over and over again and never get bored with it.
Okay.
Those are probably my top 5.
I know mine.
Okay,
if
go.
you need a minute.
Yes, I do.
So these are not the movies that I think are the best. These are
Okay.
just my personal favorite movies.
Well, that's what we're talking about.
So, The Patriot,
Okay.
Castaway,
Okay.
what were the other? Braveheart, Saving Private Ryan, and Billy Madison.
A totally different.
Those are my
take.
5.
Aren't those 4? Wasn't that 4?
No,
Is
The
it Saving
Patriot
Private Ryan, The Patriot, Billy
Castaway.
Madison, Castaway.
and
I think that was only
I think
4.
that was all
no,
the
no,
4.
no. I definitely said 5. There's The Patriot. There's Castaway. There's Braveheart. There's
Billy
Saving
Madison.
Private Ryan, and there's Billy
Oh,
Madison.
okay, you're right. That was
Okay.
5.
So
That was
that's
5. It was Braveheart. That was the one I was
Braveheart
missing.
was the one you were missing.
Those make
Apparently,
sense.
I'm a
Billy
Mel
Madison's
Gibson
the
fan.
only one that's
That
like
seems
out
out of
Yeah.
So
left
that
field.
one is just because of like personal. I just grew up watching it, and I know like every line of it. Me and my sister watched it a lot. It has
Okay.
like personal meaning to me.
Fair enough. Fair
The
enough.
other one, but all those movies I could watch over and over and over. I just love them.
See, that's how I feel about the movies I listed. Too.
Ironically, Leo's not in any of my movies.
Yeah,
I love
that is
him.
like kind of funny, actually.
I tried.
Yeah.
Apparently, I love Mel Gibson because he was in 2 of them.
That's true.
So, and Heath was in 1.
I'm trying to think if there were any reoccurring actors in mine. I don't think so, though. I think they're all
Don't
separate
think
actors.
so. No.
Like,
Gibson is a great actor.
Mother's
I do really
Mother's
like
the
him.
newest one, though. Mother's just within the past couple years.
That makes
Mother's
sense.
a great movie. I don't enjoy it to the extent that you did.
Yeah.
You really liked it.
But Darren
I liked
Aronofsky
it
is
a
my
lot.
favorite director, though. So really, anything
It's
he
a great
does,
movie.
I'm just gonna fucking
He
gape over.
he beats Nolan.
Yes,
Oh.
100%. Yeah,
Interesting.
I love Nolan. I think Nolan's great, but
Oh,
Darren
Nolan's
Aronofsky
definitely
is
great.
my favorite. There's not a film that Darren Aronofsky has put out that I have not liked.
Every time you tell me that it's one of his films, it's always one that I really like.
Yeah, he's
It's
great.
always
Well, 'cause
he's
he did
good
Noah
with like
also.
he
You
does
really
a lot
like
of
Noah.
meaning, and Noah is a fantastic.
That was
movie.
Aronofsky
You're
also.
talking like the new one with
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe.
That was Aronofsky also.
Fantastic movie.
Yeah.
Really liked
He also
it.
did that Requiem for a Dream movie I showed you.
Really
that
good
I really
movie, yeah.
like. Yeah,
He's a great director.
Yeah, he just puts out great shit.
Yeah.
At least in my opinion, he does. All right, Kyle.
All
You're
right,
the
Kyle.
last one. What's
All
yours?
right. All right.
This is the movie podcast.
Movie
apparently.
podcast, absolutely. So first and foremost, by a complete landslide, nothing comes close. Back to the Future.
I should have expected that. From
Yeah,
you.
I could
absolutely.
accept
My
that.
favorite movie of all time, Back to the Future. Next, I'd probably have to say Lion King.
Really,
Yeah, Lion King. I can just watch
Fantastic
hours
movie.
on end.
Lion King's in my top 10, but so like top 5 though.
Oh, I can just put on Lion King and be satisfied.
I accept that.
Outside of that,
Yeah.
Inception. I think Inception has stuck
Great
with me.
movie.
Yes,
I think Inception has definitely stuck with me after all this time. I know it's gonna be a bit basic, but
Be
Fight
a basic
Club.
bitch. Oh, Fight Club. We're not supposed to talk about that, Kyle.
Oh shit!
First rule. Come on.
I can't talk about my fourth movie.
Fight Club's great. I think anyone could watch Fight. If it's on TV, you're gonna watch it.
Yeah,
I would have loved if you actually said, "I can't." The first rule is to not talk about my fourth movie.
We all
And
would
then,
have
and then only the diehard fans listening to it would be like, I know what movie he's talking about. But that's
Son of
okay.
a bitch.
We're past that point.
Way to blow it, Kyle.
All right, so then my last movie. See, it's like that's why it's difficult to come up with a total of 5, because it's like movies aren't usually something. It's like I go straight into knowing every single one that I want.
Well, you're
Right.
4 deep. Come on.
Yeah, I am 14.
Pull the last one out.
Gotta just go for that last one. Let's see. Something that just really stuck out.
Oh, you're really struggling with those.
Yeah. Actually, number 5, because it's like I want it to be something good, and it's like, oh yeah, no, I would have no problem watching that
It's
over
funny
and over.
that you're struggling with this because you're the one who asked the question.
I know. Thank you, alcohol. You are my best friend. But yeah, number 5. Probably. I just want to say something like.
Oh my God! I want to change one of mine.
Okay, change one.
Because one of
yours.
my favorite movie of all time, I forgot to even say in it, and it's my favorite movie ever, The Gladiator. Gladiator.
So which one would you take out?
Billy Madison?
Billy Madison. Bye. Bye. Bye, Felicia. See you later.
Okay.
The Gladiator.
All right, so the
has
number-
to be in there. I love that fucking movie.
Okay.
So number 5, Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, fantastic.
Okay.
God, you have 2 Leos in yours.
Yes, I do.
I didn't get any Leo.
Who's
I got a Russell Crowe and 2 Gibsons
I know.
with a side of Heath.
Yep. Yeah. you
Not
do.
too bad. Pretty good
Not-
smorgasbord overall.
Yeah, pretty good overall.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
Adam's like looking in the air trying to think. They're all in there. Trust me.
I
Trust
have
me.
so much alcohol in me now where I
do
can't even
too.
think about the past 5 movies I just mentioned. I'm like trying
Well,
to fucking
they're all
think
in there.
now.
I know who's in my
but
movies.
I think it definitely comes down to that, because I think right now, out of the most films by one director that I've watched, probably has to go to Martin Scorsese.
Oh God,
He's a good
also,
director.
You know
I like
another
him.
good
Really
one?
good.
What?
Fucking Gangs of New York. Gangs of New York
That's
is
a Martin
really
Scorsese movie.
Yep, that's a
fucking
Scorsese.
great movie.
That's
Yep.
Martin Scorsese.
I don't know who that is, but he's a good director.
Oh.
That was a fantastic
He
movie.
did
Scorsese.
Wolf of Wall Street
Wolf
also.
of Wall
Oh, did he?
Yeah, same
Oh,
guy.
he's
Ah,
awesome.
yeah.
He does
Yeah, no,
epic
he's-
movies.
He's the guy who did Taxi Driver. So are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Are you
You
talking
talking
to
to
me?
Taxi
yeah.
He's that guy.
He did Casino.
Oh,
also a big
okay.
one. Didn't he do Heat?
No,
I
he
don't
did
know.
not do
No,
Heat.
but he did The Aviator.
He did do The Aviator.
Dude, The Aviator's fantastic.
Also Leo.
Super good movie.
Also, yeah. Also
Yeah,
He could have
Scorsese.
got the Oscar for that one.
Also
Scorsese.
That was a real story, you know
Scorsese
that?
and
Yeah,
Leo
that's a
are
real
like
thing.
this. Yeah, no. Scorsese likes to do a lot of biographical, or not biographical, but I guess kind of biographical, because
Like
a lot
somewhat
of them are based
real.
off books. Yeah, a lot of them
Well,
are.
The
Did you
Aviator's
Titanic?
based off of a person.
Yep,
Who-
The Aviator's based off of a person. Wolf of Wall Street is based off of true events.
Yes,
that
Wolf of Wall
happened.
Street is true.
Yep.
You're right.
I
I think even down to the
Casino.
dude. It's not the same
Casino's
name
based
and
off of it.
stuff, but
No, Jordan
no.
Belfort. That was the
Jordan
name of
that was the
Belfort.
real dude who
The
did that.
guy. Okay, so at the end of the movie, at the end of Wolf of Wall Street, the guy that's introducing Jordan Belfort, that is Jordan
Jordan
Belfort.
Belfort.
Oh no
Yeah.
shit.
Yes.
Oh, so it's real. That really
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah, and so basically, if
So
you,
is that like Leo's director? That's like
Yeah,
if he
that's-
wants to make a movie, he
that's
gets on the phone. He's like,
Leo's
"Yo,
director.
okay,
Leo is to Scorsese as Johnny Depp is to Tim Burton.
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
all right."
Yeah, Leo's kind of
lovers.
in a couple of camps, because it's like he's definitely in Scorsese's camp, but then he's also in ooh, there's that brain fart.
It's a stinky one too.
It's a very stinky one. We were talking about him earlier with his new movie Hollywood.
Oh, Quentin Tarantino?
Tarantino.
That's
Tarantino
recent,
used-
though. That's recent. That's,
Yeah, he
I'd
has.
say he's never been.
He
He's never
hasn't
been an
used
early
Leo for
Tarantino.
everything, but it's like recently he's been putting.
Well,
However,
just
he
Django.
does go
Just
really
Django.
good.
Django, Inglorious Bastard. Wasn't he in Inglorious Bastard?
No, Brad Pitt.
No,
was
that's
in
Brad
Inglourious
Pitt. That's
Basterds.
Brad Pitt. Yeah, Brad Pitt's
It
kind
could
of
have been
his boo.
Leo though. It could have been Leo.
It could have been.
Would have been easy.
But yeah, Brad Pitt's kind of his boo, right?
No, Brad Pitt was only in that movie.
Just that
too.
one. And that's honestly, in my personal opinion, that's one of Brad Pitt's probably better roles that he's had.
Wow.
Brad Pitt's not
I don't
amongst
know.
my
He
favorite.
did great in Fight Club.
There you
Well,
go.
I
I was just
mean,
about to bring that up.
yeah,
It's in my
all
top
right.
5. I was just saying.
I don't know. I don't remember Brad Pitt as going down as one of my personal favorites.
He's one of my personal favorites for sure.
He definitely
I
gets a
really
lot
like-
of credit. Let me
I
tell
really
you
like
what.
Brad
But
Pitt,
So,
yeah.
I don't
What
think
is
of him as
Brad-
like, yeah, he's in the top. Nah.
What is
think.
Brad Pitt's thing with eating in movies?
What do you mean?
Have you looked at a lot of his roles? A lot of his roles, he's just sitting there eating. Fight Club, he's eating. Seven, it was 7, right?
Maybe.
He's
yeah.
what's in the box?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
seven.
eating. Daisy, eating. It's just like he likes to be eating in scenes.
Go do what you gotta do, Matthew.
He just likes to be sitting there eating something in scenes. I don't know what it is. It's like his gimmick.
I guess now when I think about it, I mean, I guess you're right. I just never
Even Ocean's 11.
But
Ocean's 11
but
he
the
was
thing
eating.
is, though, anytime you see an actor eating on a set, I mean, that's not the actor's choice. I truly doubt that Brad Pitt has said, "Hey, you know what would make this scene a lot better if I was eating this burrito."
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know if it's just a sheer coincidence, but a lot of his... You can't say that about every
You know what
actor
I
that
think it
on
is?
camera they're eating.
You know what I
but
think it
Brad
is?
Pitt is like continuously eating on camera.
As weird as it sounds, I feel like the reason why that might be his thing and the why he's known for that, it's not that he does that more than any other actor does. I think he's just good at doing it naturally.
Which is also kind of what I think it
Because
is.
people don't understand. When you are on a film set, okay, and when you're watching a movie and you see an actor eating something and they're having a conversation with somebody while they're eating, you don't understand. They will film that scene many, many, many times before they get the one that they want, before they get the shot
So
that
you have
they
to
want.
be eating
So there's
constantly.
I literally had a job on a film set once where my job was one of the actors was eating this plate of waffles, like waffles and egg or something. I can't remember. It was waffles and something else, right? My
Chicken.
job this day during this set, I got paid to do this, was to, as they were shooting the scene, I was making like 20 identical plates of the food that he was eating, cut in the same way that the actor had cut it.
I don't doubt
so
it.
that after they
So you
were
were the
done
prop
shooting
guy.
it, so after they were done shooting it, I literally went in, I grabbed the plate that he had already half eaten, and I brought in another one that
So
looked
that's-
identical to it.
that's gotta
so
be
he
tiring.
truly, so Brad Pitt could truly just be really good at acting and eating at the same time.
He does seem to be fantastic
know?
at doing it.
Like,
I don't know why.
Matthew comes back in and we're talking about Brad Pitt
You're
eating.
still talking about it. You were
Yes.
talking about it when I left.
Yes, it's
I
true.
don't know what it is.
I found an entire. Okay,
Box.
listen. I'm gonna say I found an entire chocolate chip cookie on the table outside, in the living room, and you're gonna think that I found like a singular cookie that is
Nope.
like. No, I found like a big ass fucking 12-inch across, 12 by 12 chocolate chip cookie on the table. It's huge.
It is
It's like
pretty
cut into
gigantic.
like 12 slices.
It's basically a cookie pie.
Yeah, it's a cookie pie. It's huge. I don't know where it came from, but it was on the table, and I brought it
It
in
was
here,
ready
and now I'm
for
eating
you.
it.
It was ready.
Fuck yeah.
It's like, Matthew.
It's from a certain
Maybe.
supplier that we all know and love, but I'm not going to say them because they won't sponsor us.
They won't
They
sponsor us.
won't,
We've
so they don't
tried.
deserve it.
Let's just
Uh,
say that
They're good at kisses?
they serve pizza. Okay. And they're a thing that you could live in the jungle.
Very well.
Okay.
I can
I
see
like it. I
can
like
see
it.
There you go.
You know, it's going to be really fun when we start recording these podcasts because we're not going to be able to hide it because you're literally holding the box in your hand right now.
Oh, speaking of that, let the viewers, God, if they've listened to all this, give them a little update of what's coming, Adam.
Yeah, so the update that's coming is, so look, when we did the last Hardly Millennial update, we had stated that we were going to get our podcasts on Google Play and iTunes. So this is both correct and incorrect. All right. So if you go to Google Play Music, or if you go to iTunes, you will find Hardly Millennials podcasts on
We're
there.
there.
And you will find all of them on there. Now, the reason why we haven't officially announced this on any of our pages or we haven't made any current update about it is because Adam fucking hates sound. I hate anything having to do with editing, recording, making, whatever it is, sound. I fucking hate it. Which means...
Of course,
You'd be
he
surprised
chose
that
to be a podcaster.
Yeah, you'd be surprised that he actually chose podcasting.
Yeah.
as a
100%
career
sound.
choice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But so the issue that I had was when I went back one day and I was trying to listen to one of the podcasts in my car, I had my car turned up to full volume and I could hardly hear our fucking podcast.
You could hardly hear the millennial.
Well done, sir.
It seems appropriate, but it's really not. So obviously I listened to this and I was like, okay, well now I have to go back and figure out what the fuck has been done wrong, what I need to do to fix it. I
Right.
figured out what I need to do to fix it, but it
Good.
requires me taking all the podcasts currently uploaded, taking them down, and re-uploading all the podcasts again
Ouch.
at the correct file. It's not that bad. It's just tedious. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not like a lot of work. It's just tedious work, right? It's a lot of repetition.
It's kind
But-
of crappy.
Yeah. So that's happening.
That's happening.
So once all that gets, I think I finally have it figured out.
I think I meant more updates on like the visual front.
I
of
was
things.
getting there.
No,
I was
he's
getting
getting
there.
Oh, okay.
I was.
All
I
right.
was starting from the beginning.
Excuse
So
me, folks.
as far as the audio goes, that's when that stuff is going to be up, and you guys are going to have more outlets to listen to the podcast from.
Yay!
The second note is I am planning, and don't hold me to this because you know if you watch our second update that
I'm gonna
obviously we weren't
totally-
that great at following.
I'm gonna hold you
through.
so close
Kyle, I will fucking rip out your ovaries, stick them in a blender, and feed them to you through a straw.
to it. I'll enjoy it.
Anyways, so the plan is currently that by September, not only will we have 4 mics, I'm confident that part's going to happen. I'm confident there will be 4 mics by September.
For sure.
But I'm hoping to also be able to be at a position where we will be filming the podcasts.
Like you'll be able to
What?
see it with your eyes,
You'll
guys.
be able to see it with your eyes.
You
Yes.
mean this beautiful face right here will be on camera?
Damn straight.
What?
Yeah, no pressure, Kyle.
Right.
Oh,
So that's the
bitch,
plan.
I'm beautiful.
But what people at home need to remember is it's not just about getting the camera. You also have to realize that we do these podcasts in my bedroom. So it's about
AKA the studio.
AKA the studio. So it's about transforming more of the studio or more of this bedroom into a studio.
It has to be it has to be visually acceptable.
Yes, that's a good way to put it. It has to be visually acceptable, and there has
It can't
to
look like shit.
It can't look like shit. And
I'm literally sitting in shit right now.
and there. This is also my bathroom. But aside from that, there also has to be room to be able to shoot it. You know, right now we're at a round table, which is fine. But when we get to a point where we have 4 people and trying to videotape,
the table will be square.
The table will be square. Well, I'm actually hoping to have couches that everybody sits at. Yeah,
You gonna have mic stands as well?
Yeah.
Or, oh,
That's the
hell
plan.
yeah,
Who do you think? Do you think we're some fucking amateurs, Kyle?
yeah. What the,
Whoa!
Who the fuck do you think you're talking
Whoa.
to?
Accusations just
We are
everywhere.
we are professionals, my friend.
We truly are. You know, it's funny. I was talking to Kyle earlier when we were going to get alcohol, and we were talking about.
Getting alcohol is
tickled
endlessly
Matthew.
hilarious.
but we were talking about in regards to like sponsors, right? And I said that I was kind of like deterred a little bit because like, oh, here we are at episode 100 and like,
Yep.
you know, there's nothing like even like
Nobody
pointing
will
to that
sponsor
yet.
us.
But then I have to keep in mind, well, usually when people are at 100 episodes, it's because they did an episode a week.
For
And they're
100
100 weeks into it. We tried to do a podcast a day for like 93 podcasts.
Yeah.
So for 93
So
days.
really, instead of being 2 years into the Hardly Millennial
less than 4
name,
months.
Yes.
you guys are less than 4 months.
Exactly. So it was one
we
of
have a
those
lot of
things I had to
episodes.
keep in
You
mind.
do have a lot of episodes. There's a lot of backlog. Good luck, everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, at least remember when it was daily, it was only an hour long? Ha ha.
Yeah, no, they're longer now, guys.
Things have changed.
Yes, they have.
But yeah, but that's the current update. So definitely expect, like, I can 110% confirm we will have a 4th mic before September.
Damn,
as
that's
far as
10% more
That
than
is
he
about
can promise.
40% more than I promised.
But as far as like having the camera and everything, that's definitely something that I want to have happen. I'm pretty confident I can make happen before September.
Fuck yeah, man, do it.
But you know, we know what's happened so far. We still plan on doing all the things we've said we were doing. Oh, cheers, Kyle. Thank you. We still plan on doing all the things we said we were going to do. The problem is we just bit off more than we could chew. I mean, we had a whole podcast that was just
Adam.
updating this shit.
Yeah.
What is it, Kyle?
I'm so excited for your video confessionals.
Oh, thank you.
I can't wait.
So you want to know what the hardest part is about?
Tell me what
My
grinds
penis.
your gears.
Oh,
It's definitely the hardest part.
Matthew, I'm so happy to know I can do that to you. You're
Oh,
welcome.
apparently I need to leave.
Yeah, step up your game, Kyle. But no, like one of the hardest things about doing like my vlog stuff, because I do want to keep doing the vlog stuff, but one is coming up with a fucking title.
Yes.
I don't know why, but I'm just fixed. I just have this feeling that if I can come up with a badass title, everything else will come like naturally with it. And
Professionals.
two, it's literally just like trying to fit like what I'm going. What is
Okay,
it?
hold
Matthew?
on. I have to say this because it's fucking hilarious.
Okay, go for it.
Okay.
So I'm just looking through on our YouTube app. We have like this as content creators, you get like this app, right?
Yeah.
And
Hell
it shows
yeah.
you like all
YouTube
the
Studio.
YouTube Studio. And it shows you all the statistics and shit, right? So one of them is top videos suggesting your content. Okay, I like to browse upon it from time to time because you never know what you'll find. And in the last 28 days.
Ooh, here we
That's
go.
a month, folks. In the last month, the number 2 video suggesting hardly millennial content at 29.4% of the suggestions is Belle Delphine farts in a jar and send it to me. NJ Station H3 podcast number 123.
Oh my
What
god.
the fuck?
I know H3.
Thank you very much, Belle
Do you
Delphi,
know
and thank
H3?
you
I
for
know
your
of
farts in a
H3.
jar.
Who is H3?
The H3 podcast is. Oh, now I'm gonna get real crap for not knowing their names.
Well, they're suggesting the fuck out of us, so thanks,
Yes.
H3. We love you guys.
Is there anybody notable? Are they like Let's Players that have a podcast? Or are they just like solely podcasters?
Well, let's Google them, shall we?
Yeah, Google them because I can't remember their goddamn names.
Oh, my Google's not working. Someone else needs to Google it for me.
Your Google's not working?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it, okay? Sometimes my Google just doesn't work. My Google's not as strong as everyone else's.
Well, let's see what we can find here, gentlemen.
Look, now my whole phone's in chaos. The whole thing's locked up. and
Whole
fucked.
thing, huh?
It's just you don't understand what it's like.
Jesus.
Anyway,
have you
farts in
looked
a
it up
have
yet?
you ever tried it? You ever done that before?
I have definitely not tried
Okay.
that. Would they last? Wouldn't they?
So
course.
I know, yeah.
Think
So I
so?
guess
Of
they
course they
are H3H3 podcasts.
What's
Okay.
the H and why is there 3?
It is a husband-wife duo, Ethan Klein and Gila Klein.
Okay,
Never
the
heard of
Kleins.
them.
Mr. and Mrs. Klein.
Basically, they're kind of big around YouTube. They've had Philip DeFranco on. They've had, I don't know if you guys know JonTron. I think they've even had Game Grumps on at one point.
I love the Game Grumps. Shout
Well,
out.
and
guys.
JonTron used to be a game.
yeah,
Grump, didn't he?
Yeah,
Game
JonTron
Grumps
used to
is
be a
one of
Game
my
Grump.
faves, honestly. Love them.
They've had Boogie 2988, which I guess is just his moniker.
Yeah, I was
he's,
gonna say I have zero clue who that is.
he's
You're
just
kidding.
a-
That's not his birth given name.
It
Boogie
might
298 is not
It
his
might
birth
be.
given name.
So basically, he is really big into the game side of YouTube, just video games in general. He's known for being like pretty kind, but he's also very overweight, like 400 pounds overweight.
That's just a little.
Is he? Because I'm looking at a video of them right now, and this gentleman definitely does not look overweight.
Is that Boogie?
This guy? Oh,
No.
you're talking about one of the guests.
Yeah, one of the
Gotcha.
guests, not-
Never-
Who's
Not one
H3
of-
Adam? Are they famous?
It's
Are we going to
Ethan
be famous?
Klein and his
I
wife
mean, they
Gila
have
Klein.
over 1 million. They have almost 2 million subscribers.
Yeah, they're
Hey,
they're
that's
pretty
what's
up.
they're pretty well known.
But they videotape their podcast, so we'll get there.
Yeah,
Well, that's coming soon, guys.
That is
hopefully.
coming soon. Yes.
But
But anyways,
Anyway.
go like that's what we were talking about though in regards to like sponsorship and stuff. You know, and we were right when we first started this that nobody did a podcast a day. You know, we were definitely the first in that, and we know why people don't do a podcast a day.
it
now.
is tough.
yes.
But
I'll
It
have you know
ends-
we made it 3 months, Kyle.
It
we
ends-
did
We
a
did.
we
solid
got
for 3
93
months.
episodes.
That's a lot.
We did 93
Well,
fucking
I'll just
days.
let you know where it ends. It ends in gibberish.
Oh Lord.
It certainly
Sorry about
did.
that, guys.
It certainly fucking
Should we
did.
just publicly apologize for gibberish
Habit
now?
of-
I already did.
Did you think?
When I had Vince and
Multiple
Danny
times.
on, we talked about it because Vince listened to it and he was talking about how he was like painting like models for his like Warhammer stuff. And then all of a sudden he had to look up and was like, are these fuckers literally just talking gibberish
what
right
the
now?
fuck is
like
going
literally
on?
watch though. Gibberish is going to be our most watched episode because we talked the most shit about it.
Because it's basically where the podcast almost failed.
yeah,
It's essentially
really what
it was
is.
the turning point. It was either
was.
this is the end or this is the new beginning.
Yes.
It was one
And
of the
We
two.
had a
Absolutely
choice. We could either say "fuck this shit," we're not doing
was
this
over.
anymore.
Because I know
or-
I
but we
I
decided
talked
to give it a
you-
rebirth.
yeah,
Yeah,
we just gave it like
I-
a 2-week hiatus. and-
Right, because I talked to you, and it was really strange too. Because I mean,
Gibberish was
besides
garbage.
besides
It was
Instagram, there was like no real notification that you guys were going on a hiatus for 2 weeks.
I made a huge Instagram notification.
You made a huge
about
Instagram
it.
thing, but Instagram was the only place.
Yes,
Correct.
you're right.
That
Instagram
is
was
correct.
the only.
We
place.
ghosted for 2 weeks.
You ghosted YouTube.
We
and
needed to
Facebook.
though. You guys don't
Yes.
understand. It was literally a point where there almost was no more hardly millennial.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, I completely understand.
Hindsight is 2020 now, but
Yeah.
at the time,
It's
we
called
didn't think we were gonna keep
oversaturation.
going.
Well,
Yeah.
it wasn't even oversaturation. It was also like Matthew and I were just we felt like failures because we had made all these promises during our second update of things that we were going to come out with.
And nothing
And
to
then
come out, yeah.
some of them we tried with and just ended up like falling off the wagon with, and then some of them we didn't do at all.
Right.
So it was just like, what the fuck are we doing? But then that was when it was kind of this realization of like, okay, look, we need to stop biting off more than we can chew. We're doing the podcast right now. Let's focus on the podcast.
The
Let's
life
make
and
podcast
times
the
of a
best-
podcaster.
Yeah. But let's make it the best it can be. Let's get to the forefront of the podcast that we can. Let's finish converting the bedroom into a studio.
Hell
And then we can
yeah.
start focusing on the other things that we want to do. There's no, we were trying to rush when there was no need to rush.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
That's all it was. And I think people are going
true.
to appreciate that about us later on. You know, when
I
they listen to
appreciate
us.
it.
I know you do. You're our biggest fan.
Yeah, no shit. You're right.
Glad to be there.
But you know, it's all a learning experience. But one thing we were consistent with, and we did stay true to, that we said in the first fucking update that we ever did, is we said we want you guys to witness this growth. We want you guys to be there and watch us as we grow this. Watch us through our mistakes, our failures, our successes. And that's what's happening. You know, we know our failures, we know our successes, we know what we're good at, we know what we're bad at, and fuck, we've learned a shitload through the last 4 months doing all of it.
Because I know, it's like you guys, it's like, because I know listening to the podcast, it's like you've said it multiple times now that you've gone back and listened to the first podcast, and it's a drastic change.
Big
Oh,
time.
gosh.
Well, I mean, the biggest thing you can notice is look at everything that's on this
the
table
table
right now.
is the biggest difference.
You know,
Yeah.
before we were very clean. It was just both of us sitting across from each other with one fucking mic. We had a notebook with bullet points.
It was almost scripted.
Yes.
It wasn't. It was never at any point scripted,
No.
but it was almost scripted.
Well, yeah,
in the
because
beginning.
you guys
we
gave
just-
yourself points of like, this is what we're going to talk
Well,
about.
we
'cause
just-
if we
yeah.
don't know, it's going to fall into utter chaos. I mean, it's
Right.
fallen into utter chaos, and it's so I don't know why you were so afraid of the chaos.
Well, but the problem with doing like the bullet points is even though we would tell ourselves like, oh, it's okay if we deviate from the bullet points because they were there, we always felt the need to go back to them.
Yeah, no matter how far
Regardless.
off.
And we had to
Yeah.
hit them all within the hour because you
Yeah.
couldn't
Right.
go over an hour and you couldn't miss any bullet points.
So you had very strict rules. So I get it because it's like basically even if you went off track, it basically became, oh, we have to get back on subject.
Well, because
Yes.
we didn't want to look stupid, dude. I mean, think about it. We had no idea what we were doing.
Yeah.
And you have to present something, right? And it has to be enjoyable. So
But it's interesting to watch even just the change within ourselves because there was a time where we weren't willing to like take pictures or mention anything about like the weed smoking. Or we were. There
Yeah,
were
we tried
certain
to keep that on
things
the
of,
DL
like,
for a while,
the
guys.
Wait,
DL.
wait,
We
there's
didn't wanna,
weed smoking?
just a little bit.
I am so unsubscribing now.
We're medical patients. It's okay.
We're medical
it's legal.
patients.
It's all
yes.
legal.
But then there were things like we would try doing things like we'd turn the air off, you know, and then it would get super hot in this room while
I
we were
remember
doing the
that.
podcast.
Yeah.
Oh God, do you
all
remember that
kind
when
of
we used to
shit.
sweat our ass off?
Yeah.
By
Dude,
minute
it's a sweat lodge.
45.
And we would just be praying for the hour to be up because we were
Is it over
sweating
yet?
so
Is it over
bad.
yet?
Oh my gosh. But no, like there's a lot that shit. And we were also very weary about things that we would mention, things we would talk about. And we still are to an extent, but we're just smarter about it. We just know the things you can get away talking about and things that we know are better to just not say at all.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, and it's funny because it's like, yeah, you guys haven't gotten to the point of being
For instance, you
monetized.
shouldn't ever say things like Adam's gay and he likes to touch men.
Yeah,
You
should
shouldn't
just
say
never
things like
those
that.
kind of things.
Well, now I'm sad.
Because how are all the women on my Tinder and Bumble apps going to like hit me up now? They're like, I'm gonna swipe left on this guy. He likes dick.
Yes.
You can just say you're bi. It's one of the 86
That's
genders.
true. You know what? I can just say, well, I'm a non-binary 6-year-old Chinese girl that identifies as a 40-year-old cisgender male man. So
Who's also part lizard.
who's also part lizard.
What does it mean when you like to have sex with aliens? What is that one?
Trigender. Because you're willing to try anything.
You were so quick on that fucking answer, Kyle. Like you were too
duh.
quick. Like you were like, I would really like to fuck an alien. I wonder what that's called.
Like, oh, I've researched this, Matthew. It's
Like-
it's actually trigender, and it's a real thing. Respect it.
So let's just put it this way. Mass Effect is a wonderful game where you get to scour the universe and have romantic relationships
Whether or not
with
it's
aliens.
a wonderful game is highly debatable, but it is a game. where you
Hold
get to
on,
do
hold
those
on.
Things.
I'm not saying all Mass Effect games are great.
Particularly the third one sucks dick.
Yeah.
Does
but
it?
Mass Effect 2 was alright. It was pretty
Mass
fun.
Effect
I
2,
played
Mass
a lot
Effect
of
1
it.
was pretty good.
Yeah, I guess if you like shitty games, it was.
Well, it was
But
the start of something.
Mass
Gotta
Effect
be
2 was
starting
really the
something.
only one that was passable as a video game.
Mass
I
Effect
have
2 was
never
fun.
played any of them.
My
It was
wife,
alright. You'll be fine never playing
My
them.
wife
Oh,
made
okay.
me
They
play
kinda
Mass
suck.
Effect. She was the Mass Effect.
Cool idea. Listen, I'm not hating 100%. I
Dragon
played
Age
a lot
is a
of it.
better series.
Never
sure.
played that either.
Dragon Age is superior.
What is your favorite video game? Like you're a pretty
I'm
big
a,
video
would you call me a
gamer.
connoisseur?
I'd call you a
Can
connoisseur.
it be a title of game, like a title that mini games are under? Like
Sure.
what's your favorite title?
Genre?
No.
No,
Like
no.
saying it doesn't have to be like Fallout 2,
series.
but like
Oh,
Fallout
okay.
or
Oh,
what? Like what's your
so then
favorite
how about,
game?
Okay, so we went with movies. Top 5 games. You can include series as one game.
Okay, that's gonna be rough, but I think I can. I know my top series.
This one's gonna be tough for me because I have
Not so
literally...
tough. I've actually thought about this one more. So I was completely unprepared for the movies. I'm completely prepared for
Okay,
video
well,
games.
start us off then, Kyle.
All right, so number 1, Chrono Trigger, by far the best game that has ever existed ever. So number 2, Undertale.
Undertale's pretty good, pretty solid.
Okay.
No doubt, I fucking love that game. I will
So
play that
I
game
actually,
so much.
just not to get on a tangent here, but actually recently, years ago, you recommended me watching a particular Let's Play of that game. I like just within the past like few months watched that Let's Play.
Yeah, it is
that
a
you mentioned.
great
Yeah,
game.
it's good.
And it's so good because it's one of those games that you experience it totally blind. Then you experience the pacifist, then you experience the genocide, and it's 3 playthroughs that are all completely different.
Yeah.
The
and
story's
so
really good, but the graphics are so lacking.
Oh yeah, but see that's
But that's a big part
that's
of
the
a
point of
that's
it,
a big
though.
part of a
When-
video game experience. It literally has the word
Sure,
video
sure.
in it.
But when
some
the
people
story-
would argue that RimWorld's the best game and the graphics.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. It's
It basically comes down to, yes, it's supposed to be an indie game, so yes, the graphics aren't focused, but the story is fantastic, and
it
it
is
is some
fantastic.
of the best video game music
very good.
ever. I
very
mean,
good.
I will seriously put on that soundtrack and work to it. Like,
Okay, that's
at
number 2.
work.
All right, keep going.
So number 2. Number 3. Number 3 is probably a little bit weird, but it's just I basically put it as number 3 because I just played the living crap out of it when I was younger, and that's the game Way of the Samurai for PS2.
I have never even heard of that game.
It is a small title, but dude, I have probably put so many hours into that game. It is ridiculous. It's a game that I replayed the crap out of.
Okay.
Number 4, Monster Hunter. I use that as an entire
Really?
series. Love Monster
It's a
Hunter.
good series.
I
but,
love
oh,
that
interesting.
game. Yeah, found it when it was still really new. Like, I played, the first Monster Hunter I played was Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate on the Nintendo 3DS. So, it hadn't really hit its big fame. I feel like it hit its big fame with the most recent one, Monster Hunter World, on PS4 and Xbox One. Before that, it was kind of just a game that, oh, well, the Japanese know a lot about it, but it hasn't really hit its stride in America because it's only on handheld systems.
Right.
So that's number 4, and then probably, I'd like to consider it a series, but if I had to just pick one, it'd probably be Shadow of the Colossus. Because
Okay.
Team Ico, who made Shadow of the Colossus, they made 3 games. They made Ico, which was the first game on PS2, which was kind of a weird, strange hand-holding. You're basically trying to escort this princess through the entire game. And then they had Shadow of the Colossus, which was their big hit.
It's
which
pretty
is,
good.
Which is just,
Pretty good. It was an
taking
awesome
on
game.
16 bosses back to back to back. And you get to scale them. It
Think
is
God of War, but
so-
just the bosses.
just the bosses, and you're basically climbing these gigantic monstrosities and trying to kill them.
Now, all of your choices that you've made, in my opinion, are all visually lacking. I feel like it takes a lot of imagination to appreciate the games that you've talked
Absolutely.
about today.
Absolutely.
So and that's interesting.
Because for me,
All right, guys. So look, this is the second time now that the application I use, which the software that I use, which happens to be GarageBand, has just automatically decided we're going to stop recording the podcast for everybody.
garbage.
So what we're going to do right now is this is a sign that clearly It is time to upgrade from GarageBand to something more fucking reliable. So fuck you, Apple, and fuck you, GarageBand. This is my call out to you for being a piece of shit. And we're going to
definitely drop the ball today. Did not score points.
Yeah,
Not at
no
all.
fucking kidding. So we're going to go ahead and end the podcast where we are right now.
Indeed.
And
Thanks for hanging with us this
yeah,
long.
thanks for hanging with us, guys.
We still got a solid,
Through-
what, 2.5
I would
hours?
say-
Through all the technical difficulties.
Yes.
And what I'm going to go ahead and do actually is I'm going to go ahead and make a note that where we ended was talking about our top 5 favorite video games.
Yes.
And the next time we have Kyle on, I would say we're going to start with that and just let the podcast
Hell
go
yeah.
from where it's going to go from there.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, sounds good.
But you know what? How it makes sense that this would happen on our 100th episode.
Of course.
Of
right?
You got
course.
a momentous
Twice.
occasion.
Twice.
Once
You know what?
enough.
Yeah.
But
You know what, Adam? The universe is trying to stop you.
Well, fuck the universe. I do what
Exactly.
the fuck I
Fuck
want.
the universe.
So we're gonna go ahead and stop it here for you guys. But thank you so much for listening. To,
We appreciate you.
I still think this ended up being one of our longest podcasts. I don't know.
Potentially, if you include all the missed
all the
recordings.
missed fucking
Oh, the
recordings.
miss, then definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah, we lost about a good 25 minutes, guys.
yeah,
At least.
So
for sure.
if we seem
Yeah,
a little
so
bit
we were
short
based-
or
yeah.
perturbed, that's why.
Yeah, we were very much approaching 3 hours.
But what this is telling me is that for the next week is about me finding other applications to use to
Agreed.
record this podcast on.
And if you want to help us out in that endeavor of having better podcasting software,
Matthew,
Adam,
how
where-
would we do
how
that?
can they help us out? If they
How can
want?
they
Well,
help
you know
us?
what you can do is you can go to www.patreon.com/hardlymillennial. Leave a couple pennies in there, if you want, $600 or whatever floats your canoe,
It all
and
helps.
it all helps. And
what would all that money go to, Adam?
that's all going to
Well,
go
new software.
to new software for the fucking podcast for one.
That's quite pricey, Kyle.
That is
But-
pricey. That is.
And you usually have to pay every month for it.
But it's also going to go to things like converting what we talked about earlier, converting this bedroom into a studio and making sure we get everything going on that.
So,
And
Adam,
what's
what
up?
you're trying to tell me is all the money your fans give you would only go to making this better?
Only going to making this better,
Correct,
man.
correct.
That's
Holy
it.
crap.
It all
So you're
goes back to
saying
Hardly
if
Millennial.
your fans want this to be a better podcast, they can help.
Yeah, and where
They
can
can
they
make that
go,
happen.
Kyle?
They can go to Patreon.
Patreon.com.
.com/.
Hardly Millennial.
That's
right.
right. You know what? Let's say it one more time just in case you guys forgot. www.patreon.com/hardlymillennial. Oh my God.
Yay! We all did it. Now you can
We
do
love
it
you
at home
guys.
too.
Yes. Also, remember, guys, you can follow us on all the social media platforms.
Do it.
We are being more and more active on Twitter as the days
Yeah,
go
go to
by.
Twitter now, guys. You can
Holy
do that now.
crap.
We love it.
And
Twitter presence.
And me and Matthew do have a personal Twitter account you can
I'm
follow
at
also.
MattLin77.
And I'm at Atom_handsome1.
The real Atom Handsome.
And just so you guys know, I've really been thinking about changing my fucking screen name just to make it a little easier for people. Also to kind of go back to my roots, but there'll be more information on that.
We love
later.
Twitter, guys. Follow us on it.
Follow us
Follow
on us.
them.
All right, guys. Thank you so much again for listening to episode 100. We'll see you next week for
100.
episode 101. Thank you. Have a lovely night, you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.